Thank you guys all for being here. Good evening to you. What's going on? My name is UltimatDJz. This is Talking Trek Live, Star Trek Fleet Command's official podcast, and welcome in to the show. As a matter of fact, let me press this little button here, and we have with us our beautiful and lovable co-host, finally back from vacation.
Hello.
Hello, he says.
By the way, are you getting double sound? I bet you are.
I am not. I have learned to mute myself on the Twitch and just listen to myself on the Discord.
Oh, okay. I was going to mute the Twitch is what I was going to do, and then I was going to bring in the Discord. Anyway, what's up, buddy? How was your travels?
How's it going?
How were your
just fine.
Oh,
just another beautiful week in Hollywood. What? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, it's fine. He's the wrong color. Yeah.
I'm not the wrong color. I'm the perfect color. I just got back from LA. I got a nice tan. Everything's great. I got my hair cut.
This is like you got a haircut. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a nice little quasi break from the game. Only popped in to do the dailies, working on set, had to go all out of fun. I may or may not have visited with one of our friends, Peyton, out there. I cannot confirm nor deny. Now here I am back to beautiful Tampa. I'm in Tampa.
You did not. Okay. Now, why? Oh, I see now.
Quit trying to turn me green.
Listen, the chat demands it. I apologize.
I
It's
didn't
not
do
my
anything
fault.
to deserve this. I didn't do anything to deserve this. It's not fair. What have you done? What have you? Why are you? Oh God.
Oh, there it is. All right, you guys wanted it. You guys wanted it. There he is. Green Griffin is back, everybody. Yes.
I haven't been this green since I started playing the Alliance games a couple days ago.
All right.
Everything is right in the world.
Everything is right in the world. Matters, good evening to you. Appreciate you being here. Listen, we are recording a podcast. You guys stop talking about all these visual elements here, okay? Griffin is clearly and obviously green. He always has been. And Alliance tournaments made him even greener.
Correct.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Appreciate you guys all being here. No stupid news for you tonight. I know I said I was going to write one eventually, Griffin, but I was very busy today. Do you guys want to?
You were busy napping. You were sitting on a throne of lies. We were promised the news. Now there's no news again.
No news.
Well, I would like to apologize to the two people who turned in for the first time expecting news, and now there's no news.
They don't even know what the news is. Okay.
They might have heard about it. They might have heard.
They don't even know what the news is. Okay. So wait, Master Yodi says those were terrible. Are you talking about the news or Alliance tournaments? I'm not entirely sure.
Interchangeable comment.
Yeah. Okay. No news is good news, says Floyd. Thank you.
Mean.
Listen, okay. No stupid news today, but we do have stuff to get into. We're going to talk about Alliance tournaments. We're going to talk about what very, very limited information that we've gotten from Scopely HQ on this. It has been very, very quiet out of Culver City over the last couple of days. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and the structure of Alliance tournaments. But I also want to tell you guys that I have been working on something kind of new, Griffin. Now, I know that I told you guys last time that I was planning on kind of branching content and doing some stuff. Like, maybe some cooking or something like that. And I thought, that's a little bit weird. I mean, I could do it, but I don't know that is going to, like, grow the channel in a way that would be great. It would be great for our community, but I don't know if it's going to, like,
unless it results in a colossal kitchen fire. I don't know.
So, yeah, cooking in kitchens with DJs. That's what I was going to call it. That being said, I am 10 days late to this party. Okay, but 8 days ago, Griffin, 10 days ago. 10 days ago, on this platform that we stream on, Twitch, they finally, after years and years of working on it, they finally have come to an agreement with the recording industry and the publication, promotion industry, whatever, all the record labels, about DMCA, takedowns, copyrights, all this stuff that's happening on Twitch. As a matter of fact, it's been a celebrated move across the entire streaming world that DJs are super excited. They can now stream and they can monetize their stream. So, because crazy enough, did you believe that they couldn't really do that very well before? So, they have instituted a new category. They've got this new monetization agreement, this whole new basically platform inside Twitch now for Twitch DJs. And I was thinking, I remember Ripper telling me this 2 years ago, Griffin, that he doesn't listen to Apple Music or YouTube Music, or that he listens to music on Twitch. He listens to DJs or radio or podcasts, whatever. He does everything on Twitch. So I never really gave that much more thought until the last few days. And I thought, I can do this. Like, I used to do this. I used to do this on big radio stations. I used to do this at big clubs and bars and small things. And I used to do that.
It's literally in your name.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a DJ, for God's sakes. So I got to thinking, Griffin, and I started over the last couple of days just trying to come up with everything that I would need to do it. And I thought, golly, I have everything. All right. As a matter of fact, the only thing that I'm missing are probably just some visual elements, maybe a couple of Govee lights or something like that, which I'll have to throw up. But I'm going to show you guys. Now, it's broad daylight. Okay. It's broad daylight right now. The club never looks beautiful in broad daylight. All right. But I have officially, Griffin, begun construction on Studio B. All right.
Oh, Lord.
Let's do this. I have officially begun construction on the UltimatDJz Plays Studio B. And
wow. So you've served the rats their eviction notice for that side of the garage, and now they're gone?
I didn't have to clean just a little bit. Am I going to do polka? Oh, you bet. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, Floyd, it's going to be, did I start with air conditioner? So crazy enough, there's always been air conditioning on that side of the apartment. So will my STFC content be reducing? No. I mean, not more than it already has. It already has a little bit.
How can you reduce it more than it already has out there? Come on.
Not anymore, Pete. As a matter of fact, the DJing stuff is probably just going to be a couple of nights a month, because ideally, traditionally, you would do that stuff kind of late. At least in my world, that's what I would do. So that being said, I have begun kind of building this thing here, Griffin, and putting some stuff together and just kind of adding the stream stuff to the audio, which is complicated a little bit. So
I can already tell you the kids who are doing this today would take one look at that picture and go, what the heck is all of that?
Yeah, they don't know what RCA cables are, everything. But now here's the deal. Funny thing is, Griffin, is these players and this mixer. Now, I'm not kidding you guys when I tell you this. These are probably 10, 12, maybe more years old. These are old players. Okay.
They're Geminis. They don't even make that anymore.
Wait, really? They don't?
No.
They don't make Gemini anymore?
Gemini was bought by, I forget exactly the name of the company, but it'll come to me. They might still be branded Gemini, but it's no longer Gemini.
Well,
anyway, yes.
I know that everybody out there uses Pioneer. Like the CDJs, that's what everybody's using these days.
Of course, yes.
Putz says those actually might be closer to 20 years old. No, they're not that old. They're not that old.
No, they're digital. I see USB on the back. So
yeah,
they're not gonna be 20.
They're digital. All right. They are digital. And for those of you in podcasts, I just showed off a picture of an old DJ setup. It's not even on screen anymore. But yes, there are XLR cables and there are RCA cables that connect some of this stuff together. RCA's in like the left white, right red. Those things that used to go into like your grandma's stereo in the living room. So I've got that kind of setup, but yeah, it is USB for my tracks and everything, and so I started to kind of put this thing together. Now you're right, a lot of young people look at this, Griffin, they're not going to have a clue. They're not going to have a clue as to what is actually going on in this particular picture. Did I get my RCA cables from Radio Shack? I used to. Okay, you can't do that anymore. All right, but long story short is, Griffin, I have decided I don't. Okay, is it possible that I am suffering from some sort of midlife crisis at this point?
1,000% you are suffering from a midlife crisis. First, you launch Paws and Balls and take an OnlyFans program that goes nowhere. Then you probably bought like a 92 Pontiac Fiero with the T-tops out there that you haven't told us about. Now you got your old DJ crap out from a lifetime ago.
It is.
You know what?
A lifetime ago.
I need a black perm wig and a dark pair of sunglasses and pink and purple lights behind you, and go full wedding singer with this. This is gonna be great.
Well, I get it. Destro says yes. Matt Hatter says yes. Scalyback says if you gotta ask. I mean, here's the deal. AJ says, "Are you having a midlife crisis?" Probably. I don't know.
In fact, he is.
What does Fred say? I probably am, but I decided that this is something I'm going to do for me. You know, I said 5 years ago that I started the podcast because I miss doing my morning radio show, right? I miss doing radio. And watching all of these DJs having fun on Twitch with their audience, like, it's like being in a club again. Like, so did you guys watch Veru or oh gosh, I can't remember her name. I can't pronounce it because she's like full on French.
I turned her on for 5 minutes when you posted it. It's like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Valou, all right, dude, that is kind of, how many of you guys have ever been to a rave like Valou was DJing the other night?
Well, sure, who hasn't?
Oh my God, you know what? Honest to goodness, that was why I decided that I was going to try this again, because she made me feel like I was a kid again. You know, I felt like I was in the club, and I'm thinking, man, if you can do this on Twitch, like, is that even possible anymore? You can do this on Twitch? You can make this a thing? So Matt Hatter says, I've never been to a rave. Well, Valou can take you to one. I have never really DJ'd much of that. Okay. Most of my stuff was relatively contemporary or like more pop rock, like 80s, like 90s.
DJs would be hired by the local bowling alley at midnight on Friday to liven up the lane from 11 p.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night.
I also did like the club shows on the radio station. I did contemporary club stuff. So my stuff wasn't as dark and hard as Valou's is, but man, that took me back. And I got to thinking, you know what, Griffin, I want to do that for somebody. Like, I can do this. I can do this. I can actually do this. Like, I'm a DJ. I can do it.
You can do it.
So I built an entire studio today. I built Studio B today, and I'm very, very excited about launching it soon. Now, crazy enough, it's not just about building it and going live with it, Griffin.
Okay.
Putt says there's a big difference from a DJ at a rave, a club, and a pop rock radio. That is true. That is very, very true. So that being said, this is not something simple about just like, pressing the go live button. Crazy enough, Griffin, there's a lot of, I'm sure you're going to believe this. There's a lot of paperwork, licenses, and legal that has to go with being able to do this. So I have to, crazy enough, I don't know the details on how this is going to work yet, but Twitch is going to make me create a secondary Twitch account. However, it's all going to somehow be linked together. Don't ask me how that works. I don't know if that's going to work for you guys, like your sub's going to work on both channels. Probably not. But they're going to link it so that I can control, and like I'm going to maintain my partner status, and I'm going to maintain all my contracts and everything. But basically the monetization agreement is completely different. So I approached Twitch over the weekend. They sent me all my paperwork, and I have filled that out and sent that back in, and it should be set up within the next couple of days or so. So Savage Darkness says, don't sign up for the Twitch DJing platform. Pfft, why not? Already did. but on a secondary account. So it won't be on this one. Yeah, it's absolutely due to the money part of it, Floyd. Absolutely. Savage Darkness says you'll only be able to stream their licensed music. Well, here's the thing. You couldn't technically, legally stream any other stuff to begin with. All right. But you're right. There are songs that are not allowed. There are artists or titles that are not allowed, which is probably going to be real tricky for me to keep up with. But nonetheless.
Well,
yeah, what?
I said no, because they should provide you with an interface with which to pull your music from. They should provide you with the catalog as part of the.
They don't. Well, okay. So let me rephrase. They provide a database, all right, but not the actual catalog. Like, we have to source our own music, but they'll tell us what we are allowed and not allowed to play.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So not that you would want to use their catalog anyway. You wouldn't want to use their catalog anyway because I've got decades of remixes and deep cuts and stuff that was, remixed and I've got a lot of stuff that you guys have never heard of before. So I'm actually looking forward to sharing some of that stuff with you guys. And all of that is going to be okay as long as I don't play the actual core performances from, these XYZ artists. And the list is not small. But these people, these record labels and all that stuff have finally... You know what? This is a step forward. It really, really is a step forward than for Twitch streaming and music streaming on the internet than it ever has been before as far as a legal thing. General Hokey says, so the indie artists get the shout. I don't know how that works. I know that they have given me a restriction list. So I would imagine that an indie artist who's not on the restriction list can still be played, but now whether or not they're getting paid, don't know. I couldn't honestly answer that because I don't know how that deal works. But if you guys don't know, there are actually a lot of ways to track that stuff because there are tags. Right? Almost every song ever made has some kind of a digital tag in it, so it can be picked up when it's played. So I would imagine that there's still some sort of tracking out there for those indie artists, but I don't know how that works very much anymore. Moose says as long as we get a DJ's remix of the Ingram Raids DJ's song.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we'll probably be able to work that into a set or two. I'm pretty excited about that. Iron Chef, thank you for your 28-month resub. Skeletor and Taffman, thank you guys as well. So anyway, long story short, I'm just excited to be able to share that news with you guys. That is something that I'm going to start doing hopefully before the end of the month. We'll throw like an 80s or 90s party or just some kind of throwback party. Griffin can be green, and and we'll see how it goes. I might even set it as an objective, like we did with the face reveal. Like we might set an objective up at the top when we hit enough door ticket sales, Griffin, then the club will open.
There you go.
Might do something like that here over the next week or two. But anyway, wanted to share that with you guys. That is something I'm excited about working on. So that is the construction of Studio B.
Congratulations, man. I'm excited for you. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I kind of bummed for Oliver, who, for 3 years you promised you'd make him a little workstation out there to stream with.
No, he has one. He's
gone.
No, he's got one.
Kicked out with Mickey Mouse. They're all on the curb.
No, it's over here. It's over here. It's over here. It still works. It still works.
Where? Studio B and a half?
Well, it's still Studio A. It's just the second station inside Studio A. Yeah, it's just the same.
I just can't wait to. I am here for the persona because you're obviously not going to come in just as you are right now on stream. You're going to come up with something. I just can't wait to see it. It's going to be great.
Well, now you've put the pressure on because I totally was.
DJ, you can't do that. We need a persona to go along with this brand new launched product here. You can't just show up as yourself.
Oh crap!
Yeah, we need costuming. We need digital effects. We definitely need a fog machine. And not the new mist machines that the kids use. I want a good old-fashioned oil-based fog machine
I actually have one.
There you go.
I have no idea if it works. I haven't turned it on. I haven't turned it on in 6 years or 7 years.
I want some new Mark lighting on tri-lights behind you.
Oh, my God.
There's got to be a black spiral perm wig with dark glasses. That I insist on.
Hold on. I have to show you something. You want the big new Mark lights? All right.
Oh yeah, I sure do. Let's go get those.
I just want to show you that they're okay. Hang on.
No way. See, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right. You got to go all the way.
As a matter of fact, I started this, dude. I started this, and all right, now I actually am going to put a picture up on screen, but I will. Tarpy, I'm going to put something in the graphics room. You ready? You ready, Tarpy? It's going in the graphics room. All right. So I did put this up, Griffin, and honestly, I don't like how it looked. All right, it is in the graphics room now, but you'll recognize this little setup.
Oh, that's exactly right. Look at that little 8-bay system. You got the tree set up. Oh wow!
Yeah, now
It's a light tree, everybody, and he has 4 LED controlled lights there, and then 4 spot cans underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that'll look fantastic. I would actually.
It actually
put that
looks
on
terrible.
Camera.
It looks terrible.
This is what this is what you did wrong. Don't put it on you. Put it behind you as part of the ambiance, and turn it down to like 5% throw. But then you still get the lights in the background. That is a set piece. That is not a lighting instrument.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to work on it then, because I tried it and it looked like poop.
No, that's got to be a set piece. That's a set piece behind you. Why don't you actually have the cat be the host of this thing instead of you live? Why don't you set it up with the animes where you have the cat DJing? Come on, man, that's perfect.
I could. I also still have that real live cat mask. You remember that?
That was creepy AF. You
That
need to
was
throw that away
creepy
and
as
burn
hell.
that.
It was so
No.
creepy. That was
No,
terrible.
you need to animate the cat in there and have the cat DJ. Now nobody is doing that. Boom, there you go. Cat DJ, turn on the cat DJ, and that'll take off.
All right. Well, maybe we can do something like that. All right. But yeah, those lights are up there. So I set it all up. I didn't like how it was throwing though. It looked real bad on camera and all that stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm working on, and hopefully it'll be ready soon. Okay, I'm looking forward to being able to share that with you guys soon. And crazy enough, after I did all that, Griffin, I just was in a mood today. After I did all that, I did go into the kitchen and start mounting stuff up in the kitchen for Studio C.
Oh my gosh, you are having a complete midlife meltdown crisis. You need to do one thing at a time. Relax. Do one thing great. And just see where it goes. You cannot be a Star Trek streaming, DJ spinning, chef cooking cat person.
I decided I'm just going to live my life on cam. What was that movie called? The Circle. Had Tom Hanks in it, and what's her name from Harry Potter? Hermione. What's her name?
Yeah,
Emma.
I know who you mean.
Emma Stone. No, that's not her. She's great. Watson. Emma Watson, also great. I didn't mean to say that. I'm just saying, like, Emma Stone, long time love. Anyway, yeah, The Circle. All right. I think I'm just going to live my life on screen. You guys want to watch me sleep? Okay. We're going to do it. That's the thing.
Please.
That's what everybody's doing these days.
Why do you think I'm not already?
What?
He would be if you did it. I definitely don't want to see you use the litter box. Let's just get that right now. Forget that.
Litterbox cam.
I do sleep naked, but you got. Anyway, also, I did 10 bar. I bought a bar, Griffin.
I heard about this. You got so mad. You got so mad at your last Star Trek Fleet Command stream. You literally quit streaming Star Trek and turned on your tavern game to play that instead.
In the middle, right in the middle.
Oh man, you just had enough.
I was so pissed that day. I was so pissed. All right. So speaking of, let's go ahead and talk about that. Ladies and gentlemen, finally into Star Trek Fleet Command. Tarpy, go ahead and mark it. We were 13 minutes before audio even started for the playback. And now we're at 40 minutes on the stream before we actually start STFC content.
Well,
Otter says, way to bring the mood down. Wait, Raj says, show us the new floor. What? You have new floors? You got a new floor? I didn't get a new floor.
I didn't get a new floor. Nobody has a new floor.
You're playing Tavern too? What, you're playing Tavern too, Griffin?
No, No,
That's what he's talking about.
No, I haven't. I would love to. I would love to play it, but I just
Sorry, I gave away all
I'm,
my keys. I gave all my keys.
I am just getting back into the swing.
Raj says
Like
built
fun.
a new floor. No, I don't mean like new floor material. I built a second floor. Now the bar has an upstairs. Yeah.
What
Wow.
are we talking about?
Yeah, it's got an upstairs now. I got 2 levels.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. All right. Anyway,
How many hours into this game do you have exactly?
Masterclass.
Too many?
How many hours? How many hours do you have into this game?
I'll tell you. This is not STFC, by the way. I have 12.6 hours in it. That's not
You
bad.
have 12.6 hours. In addition to the Star Trek, in addition to the GJ spinning, in addition to the cooking show,
I
what is going on with
I
your
haven't
life?
done a cooking show yet.
Oh, you have thought about it. And you have
because
set up
I
equipment
thought
for it.
about it doesn't mean
There
anything.
has been development. That counts as production. That's pre-pro.
I have only thought about it. All right,
Okay.
Guru says this is headed towards another tavern stream. No, we've got stuff to talk about.
I want to talk about how I was in the middle of doing an alliance activity, and it was for the frickin' accumulate Borg Solo Armada
Oh,
directives,
God. Oh, no.
which I did.
No.
And then I go to the thing, and
No.
it says I do nothing.
No.
And then I restart the game, and nothing is there. No points, no nothing, just to use attempt. And then I got on my fancy little whale frickin' Discord channel, and they called me a liar. That we don't see on the logs that you acquired any of these Borg Solo. You've got to be kidding me. I just left it. I just literally stopped communicating at that point.
Okay, I'm sure they didn't call you a liar.
Well, it was inferred.
Well, Scopely, be careful with that. We lost another big whale here not too long ago because of that. All right, Guru says same thing happened to me. Same thing happened to me, except I got it on camera.
You did. You got it on stream, and then you threw a tantrum and you quit.
And I clipped it, and I sent it to Scopely. As a matter of fact, if you guys want to see or hear the clip that I sent, let me see if I can find it here real quick. I did. It was not nice.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it was on stream. It was on stream, so it's not a big deal. Here it is. I named it. I named it. Task deletes itself.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And I sent this. Over to the dev chat. I shouldn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why is this? I know Ingram. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm really torn on it
you're
right
so
now.
mad.
Both Ingram and Bull are telling me not to do it. Well, no, it hasn't happened yet. At this particular moment, Griffin, it hasn't happened yet. Right here, I started it right here so that they could see that I spent rare skill points. Okay? Right here. I started it right here so they could see that I spent rare skill points.
Smart.
Okay, do what they say then.
Ah, God, I
you're
did
not-
it. Okay. All right,
Oh,
and then
you
I
did that
then I
efficiency
then I
one? Oh, you
cussed.
never
I
should
said
have done that
said a
one.
bad word. All right, now back.
You're not being efficient if you don't do it.
Oh.
Okay, so I did it. Jonathan Ingram says you make bad financial decisions all the time, so you're going to do it. He wrote that as I did it. Thank you. All right, so anyway, task complete. Or so I thought. Task complete. There we go. So let's go back to the Alliance qualifier thingy. No progress. And you hear my
Oh
shock.
man. Yep. Oh, and the look. That's what I did. That's exactly how I sounded.
What happened?
Oh, stop everything. I have been
Hold
robbed.
everything.
Scopely.
Oh man, I feel the pain in this moment.
You see my face if you're watching the clip. Right now, I'm just deadly silent. All right. I go and I try to reboot the game.
I'm not watching, so I don't know what happened.
That's Aaron.
He didn't get any points.
I got
towards
no
his
points.
task.
There's matters. They're narrating now because I'm
It
silent.
didn't look like
mean-
it. Maybe it's just lag.
This wasn't lag.
Did you use the right currency?
Yeah.
Of course I
It
use
was
the
just
right
ratio
currency.
points, and certainly that skill needed more
The
than
face
enough.
she's making is if you're baking a cake and you only have the one egg in the house to make the cake with, and you just drop that egg on the floor. That is the face that DJs is making in this moment.
That was a perfectly timed poop when that.
All right, you know what? Let me
Flash
just
screen came
point
out,
out
so-
very
All right, I don't
quickly.
see it anymore.
Let me just point out very quickly that how awesome is our audio setup that you can't tell the difference between our live now and the playback. Like I'm just throwing that out
It's
there.
pretty good.
And it's
Yeah,
nice,
very
yeah.
quality.
I'm gonna do that over
Really?
in studio.
Am I that hard to understand?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it sounds live.
Sounds so mumbly.
No, it sounds great. That's why I'm going to take that audio over into Studio B. Or maybe it did give me credit. Do you understand the hot tulip
your-
coming out of my mouth?
Check the member scores.
Yeah, I'm not on the board. Nope.
No.
Not on the board.
Only the
I
opportunity
am not on the board.
is recorded as being taken.
That's right. It
Go back to the
did.
last task. How
Yay,
many
bugs.
tasks do you have done?
So it took credit for one of my 3 daily tasks, and and there you go. Has anyone gotten rewards yet? No. So here's your official communication on that. There isn't one.
Oh, well, that was easy to read.
Yeah. All right. No, in all seriousness, here's what I've got. Okay. And I didn't post it because it's literally nothing. Hi, Moopsy. What's up, Moopsy? Moopsy says, when is the drawing? So
Oopsie.
Oh,
here's the
he
deal.
was too busy. He was too busy setting up a DJ booth empire today, too.
You know, Seth lives actually remarkably close to my house. I could invite him over for Club DJs. We could. Oh my God, we could actually.
No.
Oh my God!
Only if he shows up in a red Adidas tracksuit and Dantas in the background and says nothing.
We
Now, see,
could
that-
have an actual house party.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God, we should do it. Oh my God.
This is getting way too big, way too fast.
Oh, it sounds great to me. Okay, how many of you guys remember your youth? All right, back in the 90s, 2000s, listening to John Garabedian on Saturday night. This is the all cool, all request, open house party. And there was like 6 people in the background just losing their shit, like just going bananas in the background. You hear it? It was like, woo! And then it was the same person looped on a track, like 6 people. 6 people, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of liquid latinum up here too. Just throwing that out there.
Oh Lord.
Lango says he's in. I'm in. Let's do it. Weekend of DJs.
How sad if the police have to come and break up a house party of a bunch of like 45-year-old white guys making too much noise in the garage.
All right, listen. The lights.
Sir, we can hear you from all the way down at the bottom of the mountain. You need to turn down these speakers, please.
That's why
This
I
is your
bought a
final warning.
mountain. No, sir. No, sir. This is why I bought a mountain so that I could be as loud as I wanted. Okay? Until somebody throws up in my living room floor. Well, I'm not going to open the house to them, okay? It'll just be the garage. Sorry, Moops, you got to sleep in the garage.
Where do we pee?
Out in the grass. It's a mountain.
Oh, Lord.
Are you serious?
Looks like Moopsy's got to take a poopsie out in the back woods and don't get bitten by a snake while you're back there, or a black widow.
Oops, you got to take a poopsie. All right, anyway, listen. Seth, I was going to work on cruise entries today, but I was...
What happened was
I decided I built a second studio. I was building a second studio.
Man.
I didn't have a chance to work on the cruise stuff. I really should. I need to finish that. We have to do the drawing before the end of the month, Griffin.
I didn't have a chance is definitely not the appropriate phraseology to use.
A funny
this
thing
moment.
happened on my way to the cruise drawing. See, what happened was...
There's a lot of traffic.
I
got tangled in a bunch of RCA cables.
Putz liked Rick Dees as a kid. Me too. I love John
Dees is great.
Garabedian, Rick Dees, Casey Kasem. I listened to all those guys. All of them.
Rick Dees was the best.
Rick Dees was great.
I
but
like
John Garabedian.
I like them better.
I actually got to
than
meet
Casey
John
Kasem.
Garabedian in real life.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, was he nice?
Oh, yeah, he was great. I texted him for like a year or two after that. Okay, all right, you want to hear something crazy, Griffin? I actually got to mix on the open house party.
No, you did not. You're a liar. What?
I absolutely
That's some street cred right there. That is badass.
It was one time. It was one time, but it was the coolest thing ever. It was
only
so much fun.
imagine.
It was very cool. But it was pre-produced. Like, he didn't do it live.
No, of course not.
No, you didn't do it live. It was. You remember the mixes that he did of like 3 or 4 songs at the top of the hour?
Oh, sure.
I made one of those.
That is incredible.
I don't remember. It was 20 years ago, Divine. And I probably don't have it anymore. But yeah,
well,
no,
that's
it was
the
cool.
problem with when the studios got converted to digital. You couldn't go in there and really bring home any of the stuff that you did.
No.
Now, before that, when there were 8 tracks in there, which were there, I'm not talking about 70s.
He recorded it on a reel.
It
was on a
and
reel.
8-track, yeah. Carts. They were called carts. You could sneak a cart out of the studio, but once it's digital, you can't. There's no thumb drive to I want to take what I did. You can't do that.
Anyway, you know what? Honestly, hold on, I do not know. FYI, I do not know if this is still his number.
Oh, don't bother. It's 8. He's
no.
At night.
I don't know if this is still his number. But how do I show this to you? I have John Garabedian in my phone book. But now I don't know if it's still his number. I haven't called it or texted it in like 6 or 7 years.
Well, let's call him up.
But I still have his number in my phone book. Anyway.
That's pretty cool.
I did. I talked to him. I'm not going to call it right now. Goodness gracious. No, Vic says humble brag. No, I'm just saying, you guys asked for proof. There it is. Hold on. All right. This is a terrible idea. I shouldn't do this live. All right, no, forget.
Well, can we just believe you? Trader would be very upset. Don't show your phone.
I should send him a picture of the studio. Listen, in all fairness, his studio, you got to think this is 30 years ago, okay, 20 years ago. His studio wasn't much different than what I've got built in my garage right now.
No, this would be about the same thing.
That's exactly right. They would have a closet in which to build something. They would be given the keys by some radio station general manager somewhere, in his case over at KISS 108 in Boston, and they would have said, here you go, here's a closet, make a national show. All right, so that's kind of how that. Right. That's pretty much how that worked back then. He was also in a closet. He didn't have any of this super nice, mega big, Kid Craddock studio or Ryan Seacrest studio. It would have been in a closet.
Before Clear Channel and iHeartRadio Media came in and ruined everything.
Benny Hill says his response would be, who is this? It probably would take 60 seconds for me to remind him who I was, but I think that he would remember. Because okay. You guys are going to make me brag.
You're not calling him. No,
you guys
I
are
know
going to make
that
me
okay.
brag. All right, fine. All right, we'll stop there.
Okay, there. Anyway, sorry about the cruise entries. DJs will definitely get right on top of that, Rose, any day now.
I'm working on it, Moopsy.
Just blame it on me.
Pepsi says call
tell
him.
everybody you told me to do it.
You know what? Okay, listen. I will text him this week.
You will not call. Okay, this week.
I will text him this week, and if he agrees, then I will bring his voice onto the show for 30 seconds. Like I'll have him come on. I'll have him come on, and he can say hello. How's that?
Hopefully, he wants less than Will Wheaton to do that.
He what?
Hopefully, he wants less than Will Wheaton to do that.
Oh, I don't think he would. I mean, just to say, oh yeah, I remember this guy, and he did a mix for me one day, and good to hear from you, man. I mean, that would be kind of cool. Anyway, okay.
If you don't have him record a bumper or something for the show, I will never talk to you again.
You know what the terrible thing is? Of course, I mean, his thing was always relatively cutting edge for the time, but like, I don't have a phone line in here. I have to actually get him on Discord. I don't have a phone line in here, Griffin. I'd have to actually get him on Discord or Zoom. I guess I can get him on Zoom.
What kind of radio studio do you have out there? You can't bring caller number 9 in on your mixer?
Well, I can. I don't have a phone line, Griffin.
Well, that's Spectre's fault.
I don't have an actual phone line in here. All right.
That's Spectre's fault.
Oh God. Anyway, I will figure out a way to make it work. We'll do it on Zoom call. We'll do it on Zoom
Get
call.
get some Vonage. Get some VoIP.
What did you say? Vonage?
Yeah, Vonage.
Vonage. Oh my God. I had Vonage 20 years ago. Is that still a thing?
Sure. I don't think so.
I don't-
I think they were bought by.
Hypodermics. Give me a. Okay. He says an hour in and no Star Trek news. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, there is all kind of Star Trek news. We were talking about the Alliance event, and we shared our chagrin and mutual frustration. And 30 of you said the same exact thing happened to you. I was keeping track in the chat. It was 30 of you who had a similar problem. And then DJ's had a blood pressure blackout moment and started talking about his his midlife crisis DJ system again.
By the way,
For
guess
that
what
reason.
happens? Guess what happens in 3 weeks?
happens
Nashville,
in 3
baby.
weeks?
Nashville. It's in 3
Oh,
weeks. That's Star Trek. That is Star Trek, okay? That is Star Trek stuff. Nashville's in 3 weeks. Star Trek convention in Nashville and the first Megalodon content creator meetup. Rev Deuce, Major Samo, Alex, myself, Moopsy, Griffin. Who else is going to be there? There's so many. There's so many people. Spectre's going to be there.
Is your mom coming?
Huh? What?
Is your mom coming?
My mother.
Yeah.
Why would you ask that question?
Well, you said everyone's coming. What about your mom? Will your mom be there?
No.
Well, then not everybody's coming. And she was very, very popular on the episode that she appeared on the stream. So that's a valid question.
One of these days. All right, fine. Now, listen. You guys want real Star Trek news. Dragon Keeper's going to be there. Really? Oh, that's great. Hi, Skeletor.
Dragon Keeper's gonna be there. Well, then that's totally trash.
It's gonna be so much fun.
All right. Here we go. Listen, I told you that there was no real news. All right? I mean, I said that's why I didn't even post it, but there's no news. All right. So, first thing that happened after the event ended, after the event ended in which none of the tech actually worked functionally.
You mean the distribution of the goods?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody got a pop-up that said, ooh, congratulations. Here's your rating and here's your currency and here's your, if you were fortunate enough, here's your avatar and here's your frame. All right. Yes. The prize chest went out, Griffin. It did indeed. It went, it was distributed graphically. Timothy says, I never even got the pop-up. Well, your game client doesn't like you. Andy says, I got nothing. Carissa,
I also got nothing on the pop-up too. I'm with you on that.
and Venadia never got a pop-up either. Well, unfortunately, I had the pop-up about 47 times. Okay, every time.
Your treasure is full. Your treasure is full.
Yeah, every time I rebooted the game, my pop-up came back. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you, Jonathan Ingram. I have indeed now shielded. Appreciate you stopping by. So I got the pop-up, but didn't seemingly get the rewards. As a matter of fact, I came down into the best place to check for this was actually in your avatar section. All right. Very simple, because you can see if your avatar was locked or unlocked. And it should be, I think, the third one from the very, very end, that little torch with the blue flame. Flame on! Okay?
Oh, I don't have that. I am still locked. Yeah.
You're still locked, which means that if that showed for you in the box, then you didn't actually get it. So that was one way that you could tell, but that was only if you were in the top 1%. Okay?
And is that called the Master League?
That was, well, no, we're going to talk about the league breakups tonight because there has been a lot of confusion about that. Technically, the top 10% was Master League. Okay? But top 1% got an avatar and frame. Shout out Tarpy. We're going to talk about that here in a second. Okay? Vul said that's called the Money League. Dude, I'm not going to shame anybody in my, well, let me rephrase. I wasn't going to shame anybody in my alliance, but they said DJ. They said, we need you to look at this like Cruzito would have you do, and look at the math. Magu said the same thing. There's a couple of tasks in here. That are indeed possible free to play. We're going to talk about those. Okay? That's right, Divine. The top 1% of 20-some hundred alliances. And actually, I thought mine said more than that, Divine. I thought mine said 29 something. All right? I thought mine was like 2,900 alliances is what it showed in the alliance tournament. I don't think it's going to show anything now because everything has kind of already been broken up. Yeah, taken away, blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about all that stuff here in a second. But anyway, I think mine was like 20. Was it 2,100% or 2,100 alliances? Okay. 2,192 was the EU number. I think US was 25. All right. So the top 25 alliances got the avatar. Now, you might also say, well, I wasn't in the top 25. How can I tell if I got my stuff? Well, you can come down into the other tab. And at the very, very bottom, before it goes into refit shards, you're going to see Alliance Tournament qualifier credits.
Oh.
Now, don't get too excited. Don't get too excited here. The 2,200 that I have, that's right, Otter. It's easy, community. You didn't. I saw Envenadia saying, I got my rewards. No, you didn't.
Oh.
Nobody did.
What? But we have them right here. Alliance Tournament qualifier credits. I have 2165. I got something.
That is what you were paid for doing your tasks.
Not for completing the thing?
And the comp chest. Tasks and the comp chest. Some tasks. That's what you earned. That's what you earned. Okay? There you go. Mimi says fake news. I have yet to come across an account that actually got their rewards, Mimi. And actually, I can tell you that Scopely themselves has already acknowledged to me that nobody got them.
Oh, no. Well, that is not warm and fuzzy, DJs.
It's not warm and fuzzy.
We should go start our own DJ Twitch stream instead and play some music.
So here's what happened, okay? What was the amount the rewards were supposed to be? Well, that depends. Dragon Keeper says I had over 8,000. Dragon Keeper, don't admit that to people. Don't admit that to people because you know what that means? That means you did 10,000 point tasks. Just throwing that out there. Dragon Keeper just got busted. He said it was trash.
No.
Yes, he said it was all trashy, but then he just went and knocked out a bunch of 10,000 point tasks.
No, that simply means that he went into his multi-phasic section and redeemed some credits for some rare
Dragon Keeper's free to play. He's free to play. Plugster says I got Plugster says I got 11K all free to play. That's true. Okay? You could have. If you had done 10,000 point tasks, you absolutely could have. I know he's not actually free to play in Dominus. I'm just messing with him. All right. But what I'm saying is that these credits that you've got in your inventory right now, these were part of your task awards if you were fortunate enough to get them to finish or the compensation pack. Okay? Nobody actually got their tournament placement rewards. Now, if we want to talk about how much should that be, well, we also don't know the answer to that. Because what should have happened is I'm going to pull up a grid. We all played Qualifier League. All right? So right here, these were the only points that were supposed to happen. And for those of you in podcasts, I'm going to read it out. Qualifier League rewards. Top 1%, 4,400 credits, the league frame, and the league avatar. The top 10% of alliances would have gotten 3,300 credits. Top 20% of alliances would have gotten 2,750 credits. The 40th percentile got 1,650, 65th percentile 1,100, and everybody would have gotten 550. Yo, what's up? Kill to deal. Thanks for the resub. Appreciate it. Now, here's what's funny about that, Griffin. Okay? Here's what's goofy about that is that doesn't actually make sense. Why would I say that it doesn't actually make sense? Because for those of you who might have been fortunate enough to screenshot your chest on one of the 38,000 times that it popped up on your screen, then you got, in my case, I was finished in the top 1%. This is what I got.
Ah, you 1%er. I knew it.
Well, my alliance did it.
Well,
Okay. So, my alliance finished in the top 1%, and it awarded 6,600 credits, which
where does
ironically
that come from?
is nowhere on the sheet at all.
What do you have to add together to get that?
In game, it showed that. In the rewards tab on in game.
Which probably means that this particular grid in the news article, in the blog, must be incorrect. All right. Did anybody actually transpose what was in the event as far as what each? Well, did it only show qualifier, or did it show all of it? It probably only showed qualifier, right? Anybody have that data?
I don't remember.
I didn't look in the game. The event showed 6,600. Well, then the news article is incorrect. Either way, more quality communication control from Scopely HQ. Because this was indeed the qualifier league. Now, let's talk about what this means, okay? Because there was a lot of miscommunication. I'm going to take that back. There was not a lot of miscommunication. There was a lot of confusion regarding what actually was supposed to be going on with the scoring. So let's pull up this particular graphic. And by the way, it is in the graphics room. You guys have all seen this. It was in my video. It was in Beck's video. This is a breakdown of all the leagues. Okay? It's a breakdown of all of the leagues. You got the qualifying league over. It's the first time event. By the way, you're not going to see qualifying league again. Unless they decide to completely reset this thing, which, by the way, I am not going to endorse. And I'm going to explain why here in just a few minutes. I saw a lot of people saying, well, you know, the missing tasks wasn't fair and somebody couldn't score this and they should just redo it all. I'm going to go back and show why you don't want that, community. All right? But first time event, qualifier league, that's it. That's the first time it happens, and boom, you're done. Okay? After this event, we were all sorted into 5 groups. Now, I did see some people saying in the game the other day, what is Alliance League 5, when they were looking at their Alliance League button in their Alliance button, because it's not showing up right now, but that's how broken this feature was. Okay, the names, the labels didn't even work.
Yeah.
All right. That being said, we were all broken up into Alliance Leagues 1 through 5. 1 being novice, 2 being apprentice, 3 being adept, 4 being expert, and 5 being master. Now, here's how this happened. All of those alliances that you guys saw, the 2,100 in the EU, the 2,500 in the US, the 17 in the APAC. Just kidding. All right. You guys.
That was a good one.
You guys were sorted in the qualifying league. The top 10% of those alliances are going to be promoted to Master League. Okay? So, in the case of a European server, 210 total alliances have been promoted to Master League. Congratulations. You are masters. Congratulations. The next 10%, 11 through 20, you were promoted to Expert League. Congratulations. That would have been, in the European servers, the next 210. Okay? The next 420.
Okay, stop it, DJ.
The next 420 European alliances would have been sorted into the Adept League. Okay? The next 330 alliances, for some weird reason, 330 alliances went into Apprentice, and the final 330 alliances went into Novice. Okay? Divine says the other 92 were ignored. Incorrect. All right, I'm doing loose math. Everybody was sorted based on their buckets. Okay? Guru says 80% of alliances in game are dead or tiny, so most players have ended up in the top leagues. That's a good thing, honestly. That's a good thing. Now, some people are going to say, well, we should have done better. Like, I see this. Putz says, wait, is that Putz or Tarpy? Said that, hold on, I'm losing chat. Anyway, there is a common misconception out there. Like, I even saw this on Rev's channel the other day. He said, I'm not going to do as well in Master League. I hope we get relegated. I hope we get relegated. That doesn't make sense right now. If the math holds. But who knows? Okay, because again, I was using the data on the website. Okay? You guys saw data in the game. So I don't know. When they had the rewards up, did you guys actually get to see Master League or Expert League or Adept League rewards? Did you guys get to see any of that?
Yeah, the lowest payout in Master League was higher than the highest payout in Expert. Like
you got it, Matters. This is why you don't want to be relegated. You want to push. You want to push for the highest one. Now, here's what Matters is saying right now. Okay? If you finished in Master League and the next Master League tournament starts and you get dead last place, dead last, you're going to get 9,350 credits, at least according to the blog post. Did the game show something different, Matters? It might have. The game did show something different, so we're going to have to go back and look. I don't know. I can't see it now. Did Jules or Blue, did anybody actually graph out all of the rewards?
I have seen no such graph. I wish they did.
It still shows it? Oh, my goodness. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Well, now, guess what? Guess what, folks?
What?
This actually shows what's in the news blog, not what actually showed up in the game.
Well, that's two of the same thing.
Yeah. This shows 4,400 credits also, but the game tried to give me 6,600.
Yeah.
This is all the qualifier league rewards. Okay. Now, here's Apo says the game only shows top 20. Brilliant. Glad you brought that up. So, let's go back to the graphic. Okay, let's go back over here to our sorting hat. Okay? Putz says that's only if you're... Okay, hang on, Putz. Putz is getting antsy in chat. This was the first time event qualifying league where everybody was in the same bucket. Now, what's going to happen when we get our next league event? Does anybody know? And for the record, I can tell you what is supposed to happen. I don't know what will actually happen. Okay,
but I would assume it's the same thing, but only just for these particular brackets.
But
so they're going to run the.
Well, no, but they split you up into smaller groups, and you play against the other people in your group. So you'd be grouped in with 19 other alliances that are also in the same league. And that's who you're actually playing against, not the whole league.
So what is going to happen is I'm going to turn the camera off. And again, I just put this in the graphics room without my face on it so everybody can be able to see it, okay? Look at the bottom. The league leaderboards are going to be split into groups of 20 to 39. Most of them are going to be 20. If less than 20 remain, another bracket is going to be increased to accommodate. All right? In other words, they built themselves a little bit of a buffer here. And by the way, I'm totally fine with that. That was actually intelligent. Okay, that was smart. They said, listen, we're going to have alliance groups roughly 20 to 40. But, I mean, obviously, we've got in the European, I'm just going to use Europeans because they had 210. It's easy math. There's 210 alliances in Master League. Well, that means that there's going to be at least 11 separate leagues.
I see. No,
Okay.
wouldn't it be like divisions within the league? Like baseball has the American, the Central.
I don't know what they're going to call
West.
them. But yes, inside Master League, European players, inside Master League, you're going to get 11 different leagues that actually like come up and play. Now, Spectre says that STFC.WTF has the data. Okay.
Ooh.
So if you, and I'll put this link in the graphics room, and I'll put it in Twitch chat for you guys. Okay, Griffin, maybe you can help me pin that. Oh, there it goes. It goes. Okay.
Yep.
And in the graphics room, okay, this link right here will take you straight to the Alliance leaderboard. Now, if we take a look at just APAC servers, there were 282 alliances that played in Qualifier League, which means only the top 2 went to Master. Ruh-roh.
Okay.
That's not true. 28 went to Master. 28 went to Master. 28 went to Expert. 56 went to Adept. Okay? That's how it works. Now, for the next run, I don't know how they're going to break it up. They could take the top 20. Here's the thing. APAC, you only have 28 alliances. You're only getting one bracket. Plain and simple, you get one bracket. Okay? Let's look at the European servers. 2,336 total alliances participated. That means 230 went to Master League. 230. Well, divide that by 20, and you got 11.5. So let's call it 11 leagues. Can't do 12, by the way. What would happen if it was 12? It would be too few alliances. So they're going to do 11 groups. You could call them divisions if you wanted, Griffin, like you were talking about a second ago. You could call them divisions, okay? Those 11 separate groups are going to compete within Master League on the European servers. Okay?
Got it.
So you're only going to be competing with at least 19 others, at most 38 others. And I can tell you here and now, the math will probably never, ever support a full 39 alliance group. Okay, like, except for possibly on APAC, but not likely. Okay? So it's most likely going to be 20 to 25, 20 to 30. Okay? If I'm just being honest. 20 to 30 alliances total in a group. Now, let's go back to what these events are going to look like afterwards. So, next run happens, Griffin. Next run happens, and I am playing in the Master League, okay? You're playing in the Master League. Who's playing in the Master League in chat? Destros is playing in Master League. Plugster is playing in the Master League. Congratulations to all of you. If you're playing in Master League, let's use APAC. Let's use APAC as an example. There's only going to be one group of 28 players, right? One group, 28 alliances, rather, not 28 players, 28 alliances. The next time that this event rolls around, Putz, here you go. Rank 1 in your division. You're going to get 11,000 credits, at least according to this.
Mm-hmm.
We already know that this isn't correct. Okay? But you're going to get 11,000 credits. Second place, 10,450. Third, 10,230. Fourth, 10,010. Fifth, 9,790. And sixth, plus. Here you go, Putz. Here is your saving verbal grace. This is the verbiage that players like you are looking at. Rank 6 plus 9,350. So if you come in 6th place or dead last, you're going to get 9,350. According to this chart, Okay? Jay says we were 29th. Let me go back. You were 29th in APAC and ended up in Master. Well, that is very fortunate. Let's go back. What was your alliance group name? Region. You were 29th. So you guys are Raven Guard. Well, then it looks like it rounded up.
Yeah.
Looks like it rounded up then. If you were 29th, if you're in Raven Guard, yeah, so you made it. 282, so top 29. Well, okay, that's a good thing. You made it by the skin of your teeth. So that's good. That is good. This time it's good. Okay? Now, lost train of thought. Okay, coming back. I do see in the game where Putz is concerned. Okay? The reason that I'm not going to be concerned about this, Putz, all right, and this is in the graphics room now, 9:26 p.m. Eastern time. I see what he's concerned with, because in the game it doesn't say rank 6+. It says rank 6 through 20.
Yep.
Okay? So I understand why that would be concerning to you. However, I again, who knows what's actually going to happen, all right? But the way it was supposed to happen is obviously nobody's not going to get a reward, okay? As a matter of fact, you're going to get the reward. And by the way, FYI, we also know that this tooltip is wrong, and we also know that the blog post is wrong, okay?
Oh, man.
The blog post is wrong.
Track of this.
Yeah, both of them are wrong, at least when it comes to the points, okay? They're both wrong when it comes to points. However, I mean, I spoke to the designer on this, so I know what was intended to happen. Now, again, whether or not it happens automatically, this is why I'm not worried. I'm not worried about tomorrow, Griffin, because they don't have a choice. They have to reopen the store, and they have to give everybody their currency.
Yes.
Or they have to run it again. Now, the reason that I am not going to encourage that, lies right here. Okay? Lies right here in the blog post. And it's also in the game. We can look at it in the game. Andy says my store is still there. Yeah, the store is there. That's correct. They're going to have to extend the timer, I think is what I should have said. My apologies. Because the timer, I think, was set to go away tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Benny Hill said, did designer speak to anybody else? Yes, he did. Designer spoke to the entire pack. I mean, again, you come back, and I've said this. I am very angry about this feature. I am. Okay? Only because. You want to know why? Only because I know how good it could have been.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. This is a completely new way to engage with other people and play this game. That's not just the same old thing that we've been doing forever. This is a completely new spin on rewarding us, free to play, pay to win, whatever it is, rewarding us for our time in the game. And that's why I was really looking forward to it, as were the lowest people in my alliance in the 30s.
This could have been so good. That's why I'm so mad. Yeah. It could have been so good. That's right, Spectre. Even Spectre, the eternal pessimist, says this was a bottom of the ninth, 2 outs grand slam to win the World Series. And they whiffed it. That couldn't be worded any better, Spectre. That is the perfect description. Absolutely perfect description. This could have been a home run. But they foobarred everything. Raj says, I don't know what that means. Okay. If you don't watch baseball. Fair. Okay, let's come back. Fair. Let's circle around. This could have been the somebody help me with a soccer reference. The extra penalty kick in the overtimes of the World Cup football game. Did I get that close?
You ask the girl to homecoming. You rent the limo. You get the perfect restaurant, the correct corsage. The right song is playing. The lights are down. It's the last dance. You're in the center of the gym. Everyone is circling around you. They've been talking about this relationship for months, and you don't kiss the girl.
And then, hold on. Aaron messed it all up. See, that's what Scopely did. Sorry, Griffin. Repeat your last line because Aaron cut it off and I couldn't hear it. Hang on, Aaron. That was actually really funny. I'm glad you did that. It illustrated a point. Aaron just Scopely'd the entire prom night.
Right. And then you're about to kiss the girl and you chicken out and say, you know what? I'm sorry. I got to go to the bathroom. And then you leave.
All right.
Well done.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you puked on her shoes. Something. Okay.
Even worse.
Yeah. You puked on her shoes.
The point being,
that's what happened.
Take advantage of all the time and effort. You set it up. You've been planning it for months. Everything is right. The planets are aligned. Everybody's excited for you. There is even low cheering in the background. Kiss the girl. Kiss the girl. Kiss the girl. And it's building. It's building to a great crescendo. And I got to go to the bathroom. Wheels up, tail lights.
And you just vomit all over the front of her dress.
Yeah, like Stand By Me vomit, like the pie eating contest.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a good one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we got a button for that, okay? We got a button for that. All right? And it just keeps going. And it just keeps going. And it doesn't stop. All right, I'm gonna turn it down. People didn't like that in the last podcast. But it keeps going for 30 more seconds.
Yeah. I think they've got this structure pretty good. I think it can still be good. They just have to make these tweaks.
Oh, for sure.
The tasks, the events.
For sure.
And I think if they work on those, I think this can be pretty good. A pretty good way for engagement and getting some competition amongst alliances.
I mean, Steven Zare, and I agree with you. The bones are great. It's fun on the surface. The problem was, I think, in the implementation of the scoring mechanic. And I suspect, I don't know, but it kind of sounds like Billy from accounting got into that last meeting and figured out different ways to maybe monetize the event and change some scoring around. And again, that is 1000% speculation on my part, but that's just what it looks like. Like everything makes sense. And then you look at, and then here's these $10,000 pay to win point bonuses that it seems like they were just slapped on. Like somebody just opened my peanut butter and jelly sandwich and put some pickles right in the middle and close the sandwich back on.
All right, hold on. First of all, you don't put pickles on peanut butter and jelly. It's just peanut butter and pickle. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I was looking forward to the peanut butter and jelly, and then all of a sudden there's a pickle in the middle. And
you can do pickle. You can do the pickle, just don't do jelly. Peanut butter and pickle would have been fine.
Well, Billy put the pickle in the peanut butter and jelly, the delicious Smuckers, the $9 bottle of jelly was used for this sandwich.
I'm so glad we decided to do a podcast tonight. This is turning out so wonderful. All right. Yeah, they just got it so wrong in implementation. This is what I wrote. I think I shared this with you guys the other day. What I wrote in Alliance chat. All right. Not Alliance chat, sorry, in dev chat. Let's see if I can find it. I think I shared this with you guys on the last show, actually, about the pack driver thing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even write anything on Sunday as far as an editorial, all right? I just simply reported that nothing was going to work, all right? So here's what they did. They came back. They said, we're going to reopen the store, which they did, okay? Thank you for that. The store has been reopened. They also initially, and I think even for a lot of people, your currency is not showing in the top right corner, but the bundles have all been manually retooled to cost qualifier credits, all right? Because this actually looks different than it did for me the other day. Does it look different for any of you guys? Because the other day, I actually saw all of the options. So I think that they've been working on that yesterday and today, okay? So the bundles were costed in qualifier credits and everything was written out, okay? As far as the rewards not being given, yes, we are aware of that, as well as a number of Alliance tournament-related tech issues. These will be investigated, but likely Monday before official communications. Okay? Dave, I just read it. When do we get the qualifier credits we won? I expect those to come tomorrow. Okay? Or Tuesday. It could be Tuesday. Comms support might be lagging a little bit. They wrote because of the weekend. There was a skeleton crew on board, but they were going to keep me posted. And they did. In all fairness, credit to the Weekend Warrior. I'm not even going to tell you who he is, but he is one of your favorites. He came in and worked for hours and hours and hours on Saturday. And it wasn't even his feature. Just throwing that out there. I probably have said too much. Anyway, thank you. Thank you to the one or two brave people that were brave enough to come out and talk to me yesterday. All right? Because that was it. Everybody else was gone. And he told me it is going to be Monday before I can make all this right, before we can do comms, before we can do comp, before we can fix all the problems. This is going to be Monday. It is going to be at least Monday on getting people their comp, on getting people their rewards. Okay? It will be at least Monday. All right? Now, for that reason, I personally have not spent my currency. And if you guys have not spent your currency yet, do not feel the rush. Okay? Because it does no good to issue the currency if the store is going to be closed. You got it? So, if they're going to pay out what we deserve, what we earned, then they have to keep the store open. Okay? They have to keep the store open. Now, if you guys have already spent your currency, well, I did kind of say the other day in general chat that you should probably hold back, although I know some people did. Benny Hill says we were told to spend yesterday. By who? By who? Official didn't do that. There were no comms on that. Womp, womp. Retrieving says we were told to spend. Who told you? Wait, are you serious? Rev told you to spend all your currency before they close it? So normally that is correct. No, I didn't, engineering. And, okay, all right, you guys are saying that the admin bot. Scopely told us. Under normal circumstances, yes. Under normal circumstances, yes. But, guys, they haven't paid out the rewards currency yet. I know the in-game message said that, but, guys, they haven't paid the rewards yet. How can you spend something you don't have? Tarpy says you'd think they'd take out the preset message once everything happened. First of all, admin bot is not a live sentient AI. It wasn't reacting in real time. It was pre-programmed days in advance. All right. Crispy Pete says it wasn't clear they hadn't sent the rewards. All right, Pete. I could actually get behind that because the splash screen kept showing up, Griffin. Oh, he's gone. I could get behind that because the splash screen kept showing up. However, did nobody actually realize that you didn't have the currency that the event said that they were going to give you? You do have currency to spend, but it wasn't what was in the rewards box. That being said, I hear what you're saying. And I will work on something. I actually have a plan for that anyway. I have a plan for it anyway. Okay? Divine says we spent from the comp and the task. I get it. That's fine. Okay? Retrieving says, what is the issue if we spent? Some people are saying that they would have bought more expensive things if they know that their currency is coming. For example, let's go back. Who finished Master League? Who finished Master League? Okay, let's come back here to the qualifier.
I did.
All right, Aaron. First of all, according to the blog post, you should have only gotten 3,300. Okay, now the game was telling you should have gotten 6,600. Don't know why. Don't know what's actually correct, but there you go. Okay. The qualifier league, top 10% should have gotten 3,300. The game was telling you 6,600 for some reason. Okay. That being said, some people would have said that, well, I would have taken that currency plus the 2,200 I had, and I would have been able to buy more things differently. For example, pieces of a prime. I mean, for example, look here. Look at my example. Now, this isn't what I'm gonna do, but I've got 2,220. If I got 6,600 from the event, that's 8,800. That's enough for me to come in and buy 5 bundles of a prime. You see?
That would be nice.
Well, some people said, well, I don't want to do that because I'm not going to be able to get the prime, so I'm going to buy something cheaper instead. Yeah. I get it.
There's also a cooldown on it.
Well, there is, but there is a limit 5. Basically, you can get half the prime. Now, a lot of people are saying remove the cooldowns. Not going to happen. That was part of the original design, and honestly, I'm not mad at it. We get half stuff in event stores, like half ships. Guys, this was meant to be half a prime this time, half a prime next time. All right, if you earned enough rewards to do it. Yeah, it was built this way. They're not going to remove the cooldowns. Not going to happen. Okay? That's right, Didle. Half a prime for a 3-day event is actually pretty daggone good. You're damn straight it is. Okay, that's really, really good. So I am not, design-wise, mad about the limits on the bundles. I know some people say, well, I wanted a free prime with this one event. Not likely going to happen. Okay? Not going to happen. Roger says that's why you should have spent your credits ASAP to beat the cooldown. Well, you could have done that, but you wouldn't have. All right? Now, oh, God. Now, you know what? I just thought, first of all, I just hit myself on the side of the head with a baseball, if anybody saw that.
That's what you get.
Second of all, you know what? I just realized that they do put the store back up. Somebody would be able to get more prime pulls.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if the cooldown based off of the original poll, yeah, it would.
When did this start? Thursday?
Wednesday was the qualifying opener, yeah. Same day as the scavenger hunt. Brilliant.
Spectre says no more cooldowns. Not going to happen, buddy.
I guess you should hurry up and spend them then, DJs.
No, I'm not going to. I haven't gotten all my currency that I won yet.
All right.
But here's what...
The best point is if you... I can't remember what the cooldown. I think it was like 5-day cooldown. I think it is.
Yeah,
or 4-day cooldown.
Yeah, here's what
so those that spent it 2 days ago. If they then give us the remaining currency, by the time that they will leave the store open long enough for us to spend it, some of those people that spent early enough might get enough cooldown.
Here's the deal. Here's what they have to do. And Scopely, here's the answer. If anybody's listening, I'm sure most people are not. You have to fix this tomorrow. To not violate your own design, you have to fix it tomorrow, and you've got to extend the store by 24 hours. That's it. Plain and simple. The store has to stay up until event reset on Tuesday. You have to get people their currency by event reset tomorrow, Monday. Give them 24 hours to spend it, and that's it. That's the only way that you don't break your own cooldown design.
Well, if they didn't break the game in the first place, then that's their own fault.
I mean, I don't disagree, but I know what they're going to say. They're going to come back and be like, well, we can't give people a whole prime in one event. I'm like, well, then you shouldn't have foobarred it.
Yeah.
Now, KA Knowledge says, why is there a 5-day cooldown? It could have been 7. It could have been 10 days. It doesn't matter. It was built to extend beyond the first store and get you to the second one. That was the point.
Yeah, the store was only going to be open for 48 hours after the end of the event, which would have meant it would have closed before your cooldown reset. So the cooldown was just long enough to recover the end of the store, and then you would have been fine and have to wait till the next time the event ran to get your second half.
So, Spectre, here's the deal. Good question. He says, how can it get us to the second store if the currency changes every time? That's just it. The bundle has a cooldown on it for the contents, but not the cost. The currencies are going to change. Okay? But the bundle itself has a limit 5 on the pull. All right? So next, yes, you have to spend all of your currency this time. When they do finally get you your currency, you got to spend it all. All right? But next time, when the currency resets, then that limit 5 will be lifted. So that's correct. You do have to spend all currency each time. You have to spend all currency each time before the store closes. Use it or lose it. But the cooldowns are there so that, like, when the next event rolls around, that bundle will refresh and you've got your currency. Okay? Divine says that's actually kind of stupid. More work on their part. It's like the treasury keys, man. To be perfectly honest with you, okay, if I'm just guessing, this is just a guess, by the way. Total guess. Crazy Enough, Major Payne, I think you get your wish on this when he said, I'm sick of new currency. It's going to be the same currency. It's going to behave like treasury keys. Okay? It's going to behave like a treasury key. So I do not actually expect it to be a different currency. Well, that's a lie. This time was
qualifier.
This time was qualifier, but next time it's going to just be Alliance tournament credits. Okay? You're not going to have currency left over each run. Here's my guess, Divine. Based on the way that they were telling me about it, I think they're going to do like they did with the Treasury. Did you guys know that there's a script that runs for Treasury that, like, if you've got a key, if you got a whole entire key, how many of you guys have tried to use a key the next month? Like, you bought one last month, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to use it next month, and you go in, and it's not there. How many people do that? I mean, not anymore, hopefully. But how many of you did that or knew of somebody who did that in the past?
Well, sure.
What happened, Griffin, was that they ran a script to remove the key. Okay? It had an expiration date on it.
Dirty key removers.
Yeah, something like that. All right. So I have a feeling that they're going to use a similar tech, either a script or this currency has an expiration date in it. Okay. That's my, and they did. They said from the get-go, Vul, that keys were only good for the month that they were purchased. Ta-da!
They did, and they are.
They did, and they are, and same thing here. Okay. Vinny says, man, if they could run that script on all the other old currency.
Oh, I know it.
Crazy says they're going to make a new currency. That is not the plan. That is not the plan. Now, again, let me rephrase. There will be a secondary currency next run. All right, because you're going to get Alliance tournament credits, not qualifier credits.
Right.
Okay? But after that, it should be it. Now, let's come back to this promotion relegation bit. Okay? I want to come back to the promotion relegation bit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do part of this in game because I want to look at this data. I've already looked at the Star Trek Fleet Command blog, and I want to look at it from what's in the game. And again, knowing that all of these tooltips and the blog is obviously incorrect. This is what we're going to run with, all right? Now, if you made it to Master, we already talked about how many Alliance tournament credits you can get out of the next group of 20 to 30 alliances, roughly. Okay? Last place would get you 9,350. Now, some people have said, I want to get relegated so that I can place better in my bucket. Crazy sauce. Because if you were Master League and you got relegated to Expert League, even if you ranked first place in the Expert League, it's going to pay you less than dead last in the Master League.
You're guaranteeing yourself fewer credits than you deserve.
You're guaranteeing yourself less credit if you get relegated. So this piece, this part of the math is actually brilliant. Okay? This, again, man, great design, great idea, horrible, murdered on implementation and execution and monetization. That being said, that's right, Spectre, it will also remove some of your spending options. It'll remove some of the items that were only available to those in the Master League as compared to the Expert League. All right, because we do remember, and I can't see it now because the store has actually been fixed, but before we could see stuff down below, other stuff that we could eventually buy based on our league placement.
Yep.
Okay? So do not try to get relegated. It makes no sense in any way, shape, or form for you to do this.
An image in the graphics room, DJ. I just posted in there.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice.
That's
Thank
all the
you.
rewards.
Oh, dude, this is great.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, look there. We have a lot of the rewards basically becoming available. Look, they're boxed. So these yellow ones, these are available at Master. Okay? The green ones available at Expert. So every time you get relegated to a lower league, you're going to remove some of the currency. Now, let's look at some of the pricing on this currency. Like seriously. If we're going to earn more credits by being in Master League, right? We already know we're going to get more credits in Master League than we could in dead last of Master League as compared to first place of Expert League by 1,600 credits, right?
Yep.
Why aren't the Master League bundles tremendously expensively priced? I'm going to blow this thing up for you here for a second. Guys. I am telling you, with the exact same currency, the value is in the store itself. Meaning, guys, when have we ever seen a rare cost the same amount as an epic, for example? And by the way, we still don't see that quite here. Because up here, we got Tom Paris shards. 8 of them. For a 1,700 credit spend, a 1,300 credit spend gives me 2 NT Picard. It's not like we're talking about massive extra amounts of currency on the cost either. We're actually talking a straight line expenditure on credits. Yes, Tarka's isolytic weapon is in here. Free to play. The Kirshara artifact. By the way, not a small amount. 500 credits for 15 shards of Kirshara.
Wow.
The secret probes are in there.
The secret probes are in here. That's right, they are. Guys,
awesome.
these right here, look, the dual photon warheads, the control secret probes, and the Section 31 torpedo pods, those change the entire function of forbidden technology for you.
That's incredible. How much for the whip?
First.
How much for the whip?
It's not in there.
Oh. Tarpy says, will Kirshara work by the time we can unlock it? Listen.
No.
The answer to that is no. Okay? The answer to that is absolutely not. The Kirshara artifact is working as good as it is today as it is for the rest of the time. Like, it's as good as it's going to get. It's as good as it's going to get. It works half the time, doesn't work the other half the time. It's still bad in waves. It's still bad in systems where there's other people playing. It's better than it was, but that's it. Hi, Bafty! She writes ale in the chat. Hey, I'm level 11. What about you? Level 11. My bar has a second story now. I got an upstairs. and a special place for the horses.
You are never going to beat Bafty. Why are we even trying?
You're rep 11 too? Wait, rep 11 or tavern 11? Tavern level 11. There's a difference. Bafty and I are having a race. Just saying.
You're going to lose.
I am not going to lose.
Oh, yeah, you are, because you're too busy setting up an ice cream cone business outside and the DJ booth over here. And you're going to take it out and you're going to record yourself with a. Why am I still green? Why am I still green?
I never changed it.
You are a bully. You are a cyber bully.
I am not
and
a bully.
Is why.
Bafty, look, he's green. Oh, this way. Look, he's
rude. Rude. You are rude, and you are going to lose. There's no way you're going to beat her at anything.
She's tavern level 8, and I am currently winning this race. Bafty.
She hasn't even tried to start.
Bafty. Listen, I know you have something big going on your channel. Here, let's take a 30-second timeout. You have something big going on your channel. Do you have a date planned? We'll cross promote. But I also wanted to remind you about the puzzle race that I owe my people. They're starting to get fussy, and I sent you a DM that you never answered. Because why would you? And because she
probably blocked you.
DMs.
And I would too.
Wait, what? All right.
I said she's probably blocked you, and I would too.
Why? I know it's fine. You're not horrible about DMs. Everybody knows that that's just how it works. All right. It doesn't. You know what? When you own it and you say, "Listen, I don't answer DMs," that doesn't make you bad at it. That just makes you honest about it and say, "Hey, I'm not going to answer you, so find another way to reach me." All right. Correct. So that's fair. That being said, I did send you a message about our puzzle thing that we have to get done. And when are you doing your big thing? You're doing so. Bafty, another amazing content creator who has played Star Trek in the past.
Indeed, and promoted as well.
And by the way, when she played Alliance tournaments, she also got pissed. Okay, just throwing that out there. That being said, she plays Star Trek as well, but you're doing a big subathon. Let me just promote this coming up. You've got a huge... Are you actually doing... Griffin, get this. You know how we said we were trying to do 24 hours and then we did it one time?
Yeah, we did 23 hours and 58 minutes, thanks to you.
I can't believe you couldn't last 2 more minutes.
I couldn't last 2 more minutes. That being said, Bafty's doing 72 hours.
I don't know
72 hours. How are you doing that?
I fear for her safety and well-being.
I think she's actually going to sleep. I think she's going to sleep on screen. This is why I was saying, Bafty, I think I was going to do it. I'm thinking about trying to do a sleep stream. Don't you think people want to look at this when I'm sleeping?
I had the unfortunate misfortune of sharing a cabin with you on a ship for 7 days, and trust me, nobody wants to hear or see you sleeping.
I have this
great naked.
I have this amazing new CPAP mask. All right,
oh my god. So basically, for 8 hours, the stream is going to sound like.
See, this is why old people can't do a sleep stream. All right, I'm gonna get up 17 times to pee, and I've got to wear a CPAP. All right, like that is not going to be interesting to anybody. That being said, when are you planning your big thing? When are you planning your big thing? Let's promote it very quickly, and we'll let our audience know that you are pulling a 72-hour stream. That's insane. That's crazy. When have you settled on a date?
I need to know so I could show up and kick your ass at the fishing game, because I know now how you've been cheating in the past, and so I'm going to get that right.
Whoa.
Taking care of you.
Listen, Bafty, you need to reset the fishing leaderboard. Okay, make it so that the fishing leaderboard is exclusively for the 72-hour stream, and we'll see who's #1 fisherman. Okay,
I got $500 on it right now. I got $500 that I'm going to beat you at that fishing on that stream, and I don't get the money. Bafty gets the money.
All right, I'm in. $500. I'm in.
There you go.
$500. There you go. It is a wager, sir. Yeah. Duval says this is terrible. I know. Wait, you've lost 20 pounds doing what? What did you lose 20 pounds on? Fishing? It's good. Well, it's great outdoor exercise. All right. She is starting her 72-hour stream this week, Friday the 23rd. Holy smokes.
Really? Okay, it's on.
Wow. Okay.
Pick a time, DJ. I'll be there.
Well, we've got 72 hours to show up. You guys be
Baptist's
sure.
Gotta figure out the rules.
How do I do a shout out? One of the mods, I don't even know. how to do it. Can one of the mods help me do a shout out? Is that how you do it? No, that's not it.
No, that's a big fail.
That
works about as good as your CPAP on a live stream.
Is that it? Exclamation SO at BAFT
/ shout out / shout out
/ shout. Okay, shout out BAFTY. Did I just do it? Hey,
yes, you did.
All right.
Amazing. Do you believe in miracles?
All right, there you go. Join us in watching BAFTY torture herself for 72 hours this coming Friday. All right. Yes, there. I am pro streamer, Silvertap. Thank you. All right. So anyway, back to Jesus.
Now what's happened? Is the show over? Good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Talking Trash.
BAFTY, do you ever do that? I have way too many buttons on my stream deck. It's just so many. All right. There's way too many buttons. All right. Anyway, listen. Back to the store.
Vemit time. You gotta shut down the stream and fix something.
We'll talk about Vemit here in a moment. Okay. That being said, this store, again, written pretty daggone well. All right. And what I was talking about is some of the rewards. Again, you do not want to relegate yourself. Okay. I understand why some people are saying that. I don't know why. The math, again, provided that Scopely actually does what the intent of this event was supposed to do.
Well, that's fair.
Okay. Provided that it actually holds true to design, then you don't want to relegate yourself. Now, what I was mentioning, the dual photon warheads, control seeker probes, and torpedo pods, those fundamentally change forbidden technology. These source catalysts, forbidden tech catalysts, the tier up catalysts, those are good. Some of the primes are good. Sorry, excuse me. We're going to talk about some of the primes on a little bit later show when we've got more time to break down this store. All being said, you do want to push for Master, even if Master is going to be dead last, even if you're going to be dead last place in the Master League, it's going to be better than first place of the next lower league. Let's take a look here. We're looking here at Expert. First place Alliance would get 7,700. Last place Alliance, 6,050.
Yeah.
6,050. Guys, we're not talking about a huge gap in rewards here.
Very similar.
Okay, that's a difference of 1,600 credits. 2 epic shards. Not a big deal. But dead last at 6,050 still pays more than Adept League, which in first place pays 4,950.
Yeah, math checks out. You definitely want to get as far up as you can, because even if you were the worst, you're going to do better than the best of the lower league. So why not just be the best? Give yourself a chance.
Now, Disco brings up a really good point. Won't last place relegate you to the next league down? It will on the next tournament. So let's talk about relegation, all right? Thank you for bringing that back up. Let's talk about the relegation, okay? And by the way, it's not just last place, okay? By design, let's pretend that I've got 20 alliances in one leaderboard. 20 alliances. 25% of that would be 5 alliances, right?
Yep.
5 alliances are going to be promoted for the next run, meaning that next run, all the work you've done this run. So let's fast forward 2 weeks, and let's say that we're playing right now and in Adept League. Who's in Adept League? All right, who's in Adept League? Or Expert League. Let's pretend you're an expert, okay? You work that tournament, and you finish in, let's say there's 20 alliances in it, and let's say you finish in 4th place. The next time, you're moving up to Master. Okay? On the time after that. You still have the store for Expert. Okay? That event won you Expert, but you will now be promoted for your next tournament to Master, which, is that a good thing? Yes. Why?
Because you get the better rewards.
More credits. Okay? It's absolutely a good thing. Now, if you're in Master League, this is great. If you're in Master League and you do finish dead last, well, for that event, you're going to earn more rewards than Expert League would. But guess what? If you're in the bottom 5 alliances for the next tournament, you've been relegated to Expert.
Yep.
Brilliant.
I like it.
It's good design.
Just like the rest of this whole production was great design, just not properly rolled out.
Prime says, is that for sure? What if the Master League last place scores more than the first place in Expert? Doesn't matter, Prime. Doesn't matter, Rex. Top 25 alliances in a bracket will get promoted. The bottom 25 will get relegated. That is how it works. Now, if you scored more points in that turn compared to first place in Expert, well, guess what? Next time, you're going to get promoted again. So that means the time after that, try not to be in the bottom 5.
Yes. Work your way back up, just like it works in real soccer in the UK.
Now, Retrieving says, why are we bothering to talk about this when alliances can't properly score? True.
Well,
what I wanted to do tonight, Retrieving, was to explain how it works. Because there is still confusion on how it's working. Because it didn't work, I guess, might be the correct answer. It didn't work, so how should it have worked? I'm telling you that. That way, you know what your strategy is for next time. By the way, that's right, Brandon, how it's supposed to work. By the way, I said at the beginning that I am not going to encourage a rerun. Why would I not? Right here. Qualifier League rewards are the worst in the entire bracket for everybody all the way down except for Novice League. So, if we reset this thing, which is what some people have asked for. Well, it wasn't fair. I couldn't finish my tasks, so I should have placed higher. Guess what? Everybody was affected by the same thing. Everybody was affected by the same thing. And
this
here's
is why
Go ahead.
I will argue that point for one reason. And that's for the alliances who find themselves in the Novice League or the Apprentice League. And how many iterations of this will they now have to go through and win in order to get up to where they might feel they belong, which is the Master League?
Apprentice League pays more than Qualifier League. Okay?
This time. But what about the next time?
Just
the next time.
Novice League. It's just Novice League. And honestly, and I'm sorry, this is going to sound whaley for a second, and I apologize. It's just Novice League, and it is the bottom 35% of alliances. The rewards are better than the qualifiers. So for 65% of alliances out there, they do not want a redo. And by the way, we already said at the beginning of the show that a lot of those bottom 35% of alliances are just shells, singles, solos, rogues, placeholders.
They are. Or is there that alliance or two out there that said, you know what, this is borked. I watched the live stream on DJs. I watched the live stream on Revs. We're just not going to participate in this at all. And now here they are stuck in the bottom, and it's going to take them 3 to 4 iterations of this cycle in order to get up to that master level. And I don't even know how often they're running this thing. Do we even know that?
I can't imagine that anybody who got relegated into Novice League lost enough points to deserve Master League, Griffin. Like that.
That's what I was.
I can't see that being a thing. Retrieving says people were sporadically affected. Some people borked on 10,000 tasks. Other people borked on 80-point tasks. And I get that. That's do. True. But the entire galaxy as a whole, you guys saw me get borked on a 4,000-point task. I mean, it affected everybody. The number of points, fine. But let's go back to STFC.WTF. Did anybody lose a spot over 2,000 points? Let's go to the US servers. 2,589 alliances, which basically means 259 made it to master. So let's go to rank 259 and look at the difference between 259 and 260.
H3.
Oh crap! It was only 500 points. Damn it! Oh, got it. Retrieving just busted me. Got him.
Anyway, yes, you're right. That's the best way to do it is to not move forward and just keep moving on. I agree with that. The whole thing is just unfortunate because it's such a great feature.
Hang on. Wait, who is still Wait a second.
Yeah, you need to be on page 3, pal. Page 3.
Wait. The math doesn't hold. No,
it does hold. You're looking the wrong column. Go to page 3. You need to look at the region.
For the region. Yes. I'm a dummy. Okay, sorry. All right, 250. We said 2 right here. The break between master and expert. Crap, it's only 140 points.
That's even worse.
Oh, God, no!
We're really sorry, Skull Fuchsers. They could have been and should have been a master, but no, they're an expert.
Not necessarily. I mean, they could have been. Yes. Okay. I agree. They could have been. What if they lost a 10,000 point task? Agreed. Right. But what if anybody else lost a 10,000 point task too? That's what I'm saying. It's impossible. It's impossible to know. It's impossible to know what the actual results of this would have been because it did affect everybody.
It did. And the thing is that it's unfairly fair in that regard, is that we all stepped in the same puddle of mud and we can only walk forward from here. You got to walk it dry, and we are where we are. And, you know, for me, DJ, and I think you'll agree with this, I believe in the feature, and I'm not calling for the abolishment of this feature. I'm just looking forward to them getting their math together.
Hey, Duval! Yay! Thank you. Now, yeah, that's right, Griffin. That wasn't mud.
Not mud.
That was not mud we stepped in. That was horse poo-poo. All right. Now, yeah, that's right, Bel Air. It was fairly unfair or unfairly fair. You can say either one. All right.
That's what I said. You never listened to me. I told you 10 minutes ago, go to page 3, go to page 3.
I know.
He never listens. He just never listens.
All right. Yeah, I got you. Now, here's the deal. If they get it right, this has the potential to be a great feature.
It does.
But this might be the most borked rollout. This is the only reason that it is teeny bit, little bit better than Assaults.
Why?
Because Assaults had no potential.
Wait, what's an assault?
There you go. All right. Assaults had no potential. As a matter of fact, I saw this in chat. I don't remember who said this, but this was brilliant. Somebody said Assaults were actually better because they lived up to their potential. The potential was 0. They were 0, but yeah. All right. Hey, mods, it's okay. Duval is fine. He was just messing with Griffin and his green face. It's fine.
Yeah.
When he comes back, it wasn't serious. It was a poorly timed.
He was not saying FB. It was it's because I'm still green on your screen. For those listening at home, I'm being harassed. I am still 3 hours later into the stream. I'm bright green. I have all this wonderful lighting in the background that's ruined because somebody decides to make me green on stream, and I hate it.
It's me.
And he probably wants me to wear green face paint when we go to freaking Nashville.
Yep.
So bring the gimmick to I'm not doing that.
Duval, I think it looks great, don't you? Didn't you see Green Hammy? I made that. Green Beck,
on the fly.
Orion Beck. Listen, the officer that's in the game, I was the inspiration for that. I did that.
Yes, you did.
That was me.
Give you the props.
Just stop being green if you hate it. Pepsi, he can't help it. I control it. I can turn him green. I can turn him blue. I can turn him pink. I get to do it.
Yeah,
it's me. I get to control it.
This is why I have to be nice to him and dumb all my comments down. So that way, it kind of looks like, otherwise he turns me into a giant turd. Anyway, DJ, speaking of giant turds, this feature is not a giant turd. It's just a rollout of it. And I really think that they're going to come back with a better plan, better monetization, and fix this because the feedback is overwhelmingly consistent across the board, is it not, on what to do?
Yes and no. All right. There's there's two problems with this event. One, technical implementation. Okay.
Yes.
That has to be fixed. 1,000% it has to be fixed. But the second problem is, you got it, Andy. I have a major problem with the 10,000 point tasks.
Exactly.
Major problem.
Sore thumb. It sticks out like it's like literally a wild hair idea that must have been thrown in the last second, because it's completely different from everything else.
I have a significant problem with the way that they scored these things. I mean, there were, I would call them spenders tasks, even at 1,000, 2,000, and 4,000 points.
DJ, for the podcast, we should paint a more detailed picture for the people who didn't participate. The way this thing rolled out is for 100 points, for 300 points, you can go kill some reds. You can go start an armada. You can go mine some gas. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it came, 3,000, 4,000 points. You could do things that are a little bit more tedious or challenging, but most of it was completable with currency that you already had in the game. And then out of nowhere is this 10,000 point range of tasks where you literally had to buy a $100 pack in order to make that 10,000 score work. And that's where everybody went crazy. And that's where I went crazy.
Now, real quick, Divine says no tasks below, and I'm going to correct you, 1,000 gave tournament credits, all right? It was 1,000. 2,000 tasks did, 1,000 tasks did, but below 1,000, this is what I'm saying. The traditional participation style events, Griffin, didn't even pay event store currency. It was so poorly designed. In that regard, like the monetization, like what's the incentive? First of all, if you're going to spend $100 and you get 10,000 points, fine, okay? But if I'm not going to spend $100 and I choose to do an 800 point, why should I not get rewards?
Exactly. I don't understand that.
All tasks should give a scalable amount of currency. Now, I want to give credence to the fact that Didal mentions this, that Mimi has mentioned this, that Tarpy and Putz have pointed this out. Captain Bull has pointed this out. There were a couple of 10,000 point tasks that could have been completable free to play.
That's true, and I did them. And one of them didn't score for me. But yes, you could have gone into your multiphasics and you could have got some 6-star uncommon, something. Or you could have acquired a certain amount of...
I don't count multiphasics. Multiphasics are not free to play. Okay.
Well, over the course, they're not free to play.
Jonathan,
but over the course of time, you can accrue enough to do that and score.
Jonathan Ingram says, I did
about 3 or 4 that you could do.
Jonathan, I love you to death, man, but you're an Op 70. He did 8 10,000 point tasks without buying a pack. You know what? Those came from previous pack purchases.
That's fair and true. Yes.
Maybe you didn't buy a pack for this event, but they came from pack purchases. Therefore, they are not available to free to play.
But if your reroll worked enough, there was one where you could score by acquiring epic Borg solo armada directives, which you would get by running the rare and then pulling that chest. That
you would have had to. That is correct.
And there was also a Dominion one as well.
There was
Dominion epic credits.
So the Borg and Dominion epic directives, but you also, I mean, what about the cooldowns?
Yes.
You know, you could have been on cooldown.
Weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, depending on the cooldown, you might have been able to do that one. I understand that there were some multiphasics ones that could be done. Some G6 players were able to do some of the ones with their 7 and 30-day chests and things like that. I mean, if there were only 2 10,000 point tasks that were available for a non-spender, then the event is broken.
I agree.
Okay?
That's exactly right.
And this was my suggestion, which I know they're not going to do. Okay? Fixing the store, fixing the tech, paying out, reopening the store, paying people their currency, they're going to have to do that. All right? And honestly, you're right, Tarpy. If the rerolls worked better, then maybe it's less of an issue. I totally agree with that. But how did you get rerolls? Let's not forget, how did you earn rerolls? You got 12,000 of them in a comp, but the only other way to get rerolls was to complete a 10,000 point task.
No,
you got them
a day.
every day.
Okay.
Yeah, they got 12,000 each day.
All right.
In the gift fest.
Oh,
plus
okay, okay. My bad. My bad then. I did not
But
realize there was a free chest.
purchase more.
Okay, there were rerolls. My fault. I did not see that bundle.
Yeah.
My fault. Okay, so you had 12 chances to get a 10,000 that you could do, and if you don't, then I guess you're going to have to do some of the smaller ones. Okay, that's fine, but you're right, Spectre. The reroll function was glitched as well.
Yeah, it was not working consistently, and it was consistently not working, some would even say.
Yeah, I mean, I got mine to work eventually, but I think we identified certain tasks where it wasn't actually working. Right?
Yeah,
Like, it did not work on the G6 mats. Never worked. Did anybody ever get it to work on G6 mats?
I did
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay. That's right, Jonathan Ingram. There should have been some grinder ones. Kill 200 of these hostiles. Mine 1,000,000 of this.
Yeah,
like, that
totally.
stuff should have existed. Now, here's why I say that Scopely is not going to do what I want, Griffin. I want to eliminate 10,000 point tasks. I want,
like, literally take them out of the game or demonetize them to like a 5,000 point score.
I want all tasks to be between 1,000 and 4,000 points.
I agree completely and wholeheartedly with that. Yes.
I want spenders tasks, if you can call them that, to be grindable, but also only 4,000 points, meaning that you don't get to wipe out 30 other Alliance members for the 500 point task that they did.
Yeah, that was unintentionally, granted, hear me, unintentionally insulting to the entire community, because you're telling me that my credit card is worth 2 to 3 hours worth of somebody's time, which is ridiculous.
It was more than that. I mean, we're talking about a 10,000 point assignment compared to people who could only do 800 points or 1,200 points. You're telling me that one pack completely invalidates whatever grind 10 other people can actually possibly do.
Yeah, that mechanic was, or they really need to go back and reevaluate that. And I love your idea of the 1,000 to 4,000 or 500 to 4,000. Yes, for the exact reason you said.
I'm going to say 1,000 because at least then, given their own model, everything pays currency. But 1,000 to 4,000 points max. And that way, even if you spend, all right, maybe that spend gets you more than one task. Maybe you don't need to sell it for $100. Maybe make it 20, God forbid. I'm just saying that you should not be able to swipe your card and wipe out 10 to 12 to 15 other people's worth of tasks.
Absolutely not.
All right? As a matter of fact, if you swipe a card, it should be only for the purpose of you making up for 2 or 3 other people who aren't playing in your alliance. That's what it should be for.
I would love that.
So
I would love that.
And it doesn't need to be $100 either. I know why it is, but it shouldn't need to be. And not only that, but they should be tasks that can be ground or paid. What is the exact definition of monetization for me? Good monetization in the game is a grinder's task that can be skipped with pay.
That's been the position of this show for 5.5 years, and it's exactly right. Like Vool says in the chat, a 4,000 point task should be either acquire 17,000 multiphasic, that's a $100 spend, or kill 500 Gorn.
Perfect. Yes, Vool. Abso-freaking-lutely, Vool. That's what it should be. All right? That's what it should be. And guess what? Spenders are still going to spend $100 on that.
Yes.
Okay? They will. Scopely's not going to lose anything. But it gives the grinders a chance to play in the whale pod.
Yes.
Spending should not be about superiority, but skipping the grind. That has been my position for 5 years, and it will continue to be here. I am fine with them motivating spend. I am completely fine with that. They got to make money. I said on the last show, I want them to make all the money in the world. But you know what? I want them to do it because we love it. I want them to make the money because we fork it over hand over fist because we're loving the game so damn much.
That we want to play more and more and more. Not because we want to cheat to win. And I use the
I don't want to say
tongue in cheat. I do. But it kind of feels dirty. And that's why I didn't do it. Because I have people in my alliance who are level 39 and they're coming up with these 500 point scores. I don't want to be first on my leaderboard with 50,000 points because I bought them. That's just not cool.
I want to be real careful with the word cheat. It's not cheating. The game lets you do it, but it doesn't feel right. I can agree with that. All right. Yeah. It doesn't feel right.
Cheat. I don't mean literally cheat. It just doesn't feel right. Is a better way of saying that. You're right.
All right. It's not exploiting. It's not cheap. It's not any of those things. The game lets you do it. But how about we actually make it an alliance tournament? How about we actually make it about participation? How about we actually make it about grind? How about, yes, there can be a couple of spendy things in there, but I mean, they fixed that kind of technically with the design of only limit 3 per day. So that's fine. All right. If somebody wants to spend $100 to skip their 3 events that day, if that's worth it to you, completely fine. Guess what? You participated. And then Putz can go out here and grind 1,500 hostiles and do his 3 tasks. And guess what? He participated.
I love that. And we end up in the same place.
You end up in the same place.
Yeah. Smart. What about monetizing these rerolls, DJs? I heard you say that a couple days ago. Have your thoughts changed about that, or are you still on board with monetizing a reroll instead of this?
Again, I want them to make money. I want them to make money hand over fist, okay? But I want them to do it in a way that's fair. I am fine monetizing rerolls. I'd even kind of suggested if you limit the points, if you bring the points down to 1 to 4,000 or 1 to 3,000, I even suggested you could sell extra daily events, right? Like instead of being limit 3, you could do 4, you could do 5. I'm fine with them doing that because, again, one task doesn't wipe out an entire alliance worth of free-to-play. So there are ways that they could do it. Anything is going to have to be balanced, okay? And I want them to make money. I think it's fair for them to make money, and they should make money on this feature. It took a lot to build. There's some cool tech here. Eventually. None of it worked, but we're going to get there. Okay.
Jonathan Ingram is right. He says, like the tickets. Yes, we do this every week right now with this ticket system. It's exactly the same thing. Just rolling that into this alliance scoreboard mechanic makes it even more fun.
Raj says, I think they just hear you say, I want them to make money hand over fist and then stop listening. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. But I do. All right. There's a lot of ways that this could have been monetized positively. There's a lot of ways that this could have been monetized appropriately, and we would have loved to play in it. If they sold extra entries, I got to be honest with you, Griffin, I probably would have bought tickets for it. I love ticketed events. I always do ticketed events. I always buy the tickets to do the ticketed events because it's extra participation and it's extra rewards. I would have done it.
And it's a smart way to play, just like mirror entries. I am a sucker for those mirror entries because I love going into the mirror universe and mining to Kingdom Come with my little protector.
It could have happened.
And it still can happen.
And it still can. But Scopely's going to have to really, 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 really break this down and rethink it. All right. Yeah. The tech piece, Griffin, I think that there's no doubt in the world that's going to get fixed. The actual changes to the event, the changes to the points, I got to be honest with you. I think they're going to be like, yeah, no.
Well, that all depends on if Billy from accounting is on vacation next week or if he's back in the office.
Oh, we'll see. Chala says that would make it mega pay if done by tickets. Not necessarily. Again, if you limit the number of points, Chala, if you do small number of points, 1 to 3,000 or 1 to 4,000, you could do that. Not when there's 10,000 points, because, again, it just wipes out everything, all right? But if the easiest task was 1,000 points and a spender's event was only 4,000 points, then it's only 3 people that you're making up for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be justified as making up for participation. How many of you guys had players who didn't play at all? Oh, the member scores are gone now. I can't see it. I had, what was it, JB, Captain Bull? We had what? God, this was bad. And I'm going to put us on blast. What was it, Charlotte? We probably had 45, 50 people who didn't score at all.
That's exactly what we had. Number 1 alliance on the server, 44 people participated and 40 did not.
Angry Lou says we actually only had 12 people that scored at all for our alliance. Tarpy, 15 out of 91. Plugster, 34. Okay? I mean, we had probably half, close to half, just under half, 45%, 50% not participate. Jonathan Ingram, who, by the way, shout out, they did very well on the leaderboard globally. Let me go back here. And let's see. And Irish Jack. Look here.
Oh, really?
Shout out to IJ, a member of this community, by the way, whose alliance finished second place in the galaxy. And obviously, I should shout out only because I don't know them. So I went to Jag because they're on my server. But obviously, huge shout out to Antimatter, number 1 in the galaxy.
Well done. And not by a lot. It was pretty close up at the top.
It was very close at the top. Now, people are going to say, well, that's because they spent. Maybe.
Yeah, they did.
Or maybe they did like Jonathan Ingram and they worked tasks that they could have done. But either way, it is still impressive regardless. Now, you know what? If they were number 1 and dead last in the galaxy was 1.3 million points.
Yeah.
Then I don't care if they spent or not. Because you couldn't buy that victory. You still had to participate. You know what I'm saying? The way that it's set up now, they probably had a couple of people spend on that event, and that's fine. No problem with that. But another alliance didn't have a chance to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
If you rework these points, it can actually become an alliance tournament and not just about who has the most credit card spenders. Because that's all it is right now. Hey, what's up, Two Guns? Thank you for the 3-month reset. Appreciate that. That's all it is right now who's gonna spend the most, or who has, in fairness, Jonathan Ingram, who has spent the most. Because a lot of people were able to do this with multi-phasics and things like that, and that's fine. But again, still a spender's mechanic.
So where are we with all these hypotheticals as we sit here today, DJs? Obviously, it's the weekend. Not everybody's working and in the office, but it seems like these Scopely wagons have very tightly circled over the last 72 hours. Is any feedback getting into the team? Do we know anything about what's going on in the inner sanctum? Or where do we expect to see ourselves tomorrow morning?
Where I expect to see us tomorrow morning is that the store will be reopened and missing currency issued for the qualifier credits. That is what I expect. As far as a retooling of this event, I do not expect that news to come tomorrow. I would hope that in the coming weeks, before this runs again, that there will be time to go in and retool some of these tasks. I'm going to suspect that will not be committed to. But it needs to be, or this feature, regardless of how well it works, functionally, this feature will continue to be DOA for a lot of people because of the heavy monetization metric of this event. You make it more of a tournament, and people will engage. And I would imagine that some people would actually probably spend then as well. Okay?
I agree.
But right now, even if it mechanically worked, this is going to be a DOA feature for a lot of players because it's just literally who can spend the most. And that's it. That being said, I love the rewards. I love what they have made available. I love the fact that there's primes. I love the fact that there's officer shards. I especially love the fact that there's artifact shards. Forbidden technology. Very important forbidden technology. Super important forbidden technologies in here. I think that is great. They did good on this. And maybe that's why they're monetizing it so heavily. I don't know. Because but come on, guys. Just sell packs if that's what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to sell it that way, then just sell packs.
Well, here's the thing. If all we're speculating is that a change to the scoring metric, as you have outlined, to where the paid scores come a little bit closer to the grindable scores, and those top tier scores become both grindable or purchasable, I don't think that does anything but further increase the amount of spending that takes place to participate in this event based on the rewards that are available in the store. I don't see anything being talked about today decreasing the spend from Scopely's standpoint. I see more engagement, more feel good, more people want to participate, more people want to throw their money in, and everybody wins.
Not only that, I kind of agree. Gobbler even points out, listen, DJ, if they just wanted to buy the rewards, it's actually cheaper to buy them in a pack. Exactly. So what's the motivation? Teamwork, pride,
exactly.
The leaderboard, the engagement, the function of the event. That's what Scopely has to get on board with. If it's a fun event, people will spend. I know it's a foreign concept.
It's not foreign, but it's definitely lost in this iteration.
I mean, it's a thing. All right. Yeah, the reward is the new Alliance rep thing. I mean, the big thing. Why, Duval? Why are you wanting me to say Big Dog? Who's Big Dog?
Oh, Big Dog is a player who, unfortunately, we lost in our community last week.
Are you serious?
He was, I think, the #1 player in the game, or right up there. Like when we did the Beck's little 2-minute presentations at the end of the year, he was like one of the #1 people.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. I've never met him. I didn't play with him, but yeah, unfortunately, that's called out on STFC.WTF. There's like a little in memoriam by his name when you look at his scores.
Oh, that's terrible. Where can we find that? And by the way, I do want to shout out. Oh, look, right there it is. Right there it is.
Yeah.
In loving memory, Big Dog 01 from Server 61. Oh, that's terrible.
Indeed.
I did not know that. Rest in peace, Big Dog. Great dude, friend, and teammate, says Joe Cole. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not know. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, we work on call signs that you've never played with. So
obviously I'm sorry. I didn't know, Duval, but obviously my condolences to his alliance, to his family, to his friends, to his family, his real life family. That's always terrible. I hate when that happens. So, my thoughts and prayers to the entire community that knew him. I'm seeing in the chat he was just an all around great guy. Everybody loved him, so that's great. I'm glad that he will be fondly remembered. So. I also want to, since it's on here and since we were talking about that, a big shout out to Kronos and the entire team over at STFC.WTF. There is so much good data here. Incredible data here, Griffin, that Scopely themselves couldn't have parsed. They did a phenomenal job, and obviously a very special thank you. I think that what STFC.WTF has done with this leaderboard has actually made it more fun. Thanks to Scopely.
Should be in game 1,000%, just like Box Club. All that should be in game, and it's not. Scopely, please do not try to buy STFC.WTF because we know what happens when you buy websites from people who work very hard on,
Listen,
making them.
I will say this, Scopely, I don't necessarily want you to buy it. But to Kronos and his team, if they came out and offered, I don't know, $50,000 for it, take your money and run.
If they want to, sell it to them.
Take your money and run. All right.
Sell it to them. Just please don't try to buy it. You got to look at both sides of that coin there, because I actually love using this tool.
Why don't you pay those guys for the exclusive use of it, but you let them run it? That would be the best of both worlds, all right? That way they get their payday, but it doesn't get messed up. All right?
Great.
Pay them to run it for you. All right.
Please.
That's right. Fund it, but let them run it. Okay. Big, huge shout out to STFC.WTF. There was one other thing that I wanted to talk about here very quickly, and I'm so sorry. It just left. Oh! I was going to praise one thing. If there is one thing that can be praised about this entire debacle,
what would that be?
Cross-server chat.
Oh, I know. That was really fun.
Cross-server chat was awesome. Shout out to everybody in my DMs who sent me messages. There's Raj, Grungandola, Chris Son of Mac, Succubus, General Arc, Marginal Cali. You guys are incredible. the fact that we were able to chat cross server is absolutely amazing. All right.
It was fun.
That was fun. I actually wonder, do you think it still works? Here, testing. Yeah, it worked because you were able to look at other alliances on the leaderboard, guys. Yeah. You were able to look at other alliances on the leaderboard and therefore look up their member list, and then you could send them a DM.
Amazing.
That was great. Now, Jonathan Ingram says, I can still message people from old incursions, and I get it. And I bet you probably can't go in and do cross-server chat now because it's all about finding the people, right? It's all about finding them. So the qualifier league was great about that because you could find everybody. Unfortunately, what's going to happen in the next league is that you're only going to get 20 or 25 alliances that you'll be able to chat with. All right.
Guru Meditation says that was probably a bug.
It was not a bug. It works the same as incursions. All right. Not a bug. But what's going to happen is on the next one, when you look at your leaderboard, you're only going to see 20 or 21 or 25 alliances, whatever. Those are the people. Because that's how it works. You got to find somebody. You got to find somebody.
Those chats, and then eventually you'll be able to talk to everybody you want to.
Yeah. So that was actually kind of nice. I do want to shout out, even if it was unintended, which I don't think that it was, but even if it was unintended, very, very nice to be able to reach out. There's Raj from Server 9. It was super nice to be able to chat with people in the game. Call me crazy, Griffin, but the fact that we could chat with other players in the game.
Who would have thought?
What a concept!
Doable or possible? Oh,
what
General
a concept!
Electric, when they made Genie in 1992, we've been chatting online with each other since then, and yet here we are today.
I know, right? Oh, it's crazy. Yo, Duval, thank you very much. 10 gifted subs into the chat. Appreciate you.
That's awesome.
I will remind you very quickly, and we talked about this a little bit earlier. There's still something I want to talk about with Vemit. All right, I'm going to do. Raj says, send me a message now. Does it still work? All right, it should. Testing, because we can still message people from old incursions. So send me a message back, Raj. We're going to talk a little bit about Vemit here in a second, but I think that's already been patched. There is obviously the one thing that I want to mention, Griffin, that we mention every single show is that we are obviously continually investing into more and greater pieces of content. We've got the Nashville trip that's coming up in a couple of weeks. We've got some stuff going on with that. We're also trying to build Studio B and Studio C now. I would like to remind you guys of our goals that are above our heads. We've got the daily stream goal. If we hit that, we give away merch right here on the show. If we hit the daily cheer goal, then we give away a battle pass. And if we hit the daily sub goal right over here, then we'll give away a free NSEA protector. So, yeah, basically you're looking at 10,000 bits. That gets a battle pass. If we do the daily sub goal, that gets a free $100 pack in the game. Thanks to players like Duval and Two Guns and Kill Deal and Neelix and F-Body Red and Iron Chef and Skeletor. We've actually caught over 30% of the sub goal here tonight. Guys, we're not that many subs away if you guys wanted to actually win a free NSEA protector or Ferengi Whip, if that's what you want, Vic. That's fine. Yeah, we're not that many subs away. $100 away from free merch, and looks like roughly 9,400. Dang, Griffin giving you guys the jump start right there.
Go.
With 20 gifted. Which means you guys are halfway there. Halfway if you guys want a free $100 pack in-game today. Okay?
Coming for you, Captain Kid. Captain King.
Captain King. He did a great job on the last show. All right. Yeah. Regarding Vemit. All right. Vemit was basically broken like he was 4 years ago. This was a huge deal for a very short period of time. Okay? It was maybe a day that it was up. Long story short, Vemit was Hey, Joe, thank you, Joe.
All right, Joe. Very kind, Joe. Ooh, we're close to a hype train, DJ.
Tarpy said it was a niche, huge deal. I mean,
I liked it.
I didn't use it.
I liked it a lot.
All right, let me ask. What did you use it for?
I don't know.
So here's what happened. Griffin, first of all, explain what was happening if you were flying Vemit on a ship.
Well, I was using him on my protector and I never died.
He basically unlimited restored your hull, right?
Yes.
And it didn't fall off after the conclusion of battle. Ross says it really wasn't of any use. I mean, it was of use. But that's right, Tarpy. You needed a bunch of things to work in your way. You know, I thought that the outrage over this was
the panic
silly.
And the immediate and quick, like, oh, we got to shut everything down and fix it now. I agree. That was a little heavy-handed, especially because there was I think a 10-minute notice given, and people were in waves and people were in mirror universe, and it's like, what do you mean you're shutting? What do you mean? What do you mean? The Jennifer Lawrence mean that you're shutting the game down in 10 minutes? I'm in the middle of stuff right now.
Andy says, I think it was base abuses. Really? Oh, maybe. Here's the thing. Long story short, Vemet was giving immortality this week. It happened for like a day. Then they took the game down for a 30-minute emergency maintenance and fixed it. Mainly because they already knew how to fix it, because they've already fixed this 2 or 3 times before, and they just keep undoing the things that they do. This one in particular was probably related to the heal hull ability of the NSCA protector, and that's probably what interacted poorly with Vemet. But he was basically rocking out immortality mode. But here's the thing. Did it actually let anybody hit something they couldn't otherwise hit?
No, not really. It kept me in Mirror Universe a lot longer.
But it kept you in Mirror Universe for as long as 20 minutes.
30. Thank you.
I mean, I think players like Jonathan Ingram and the web actually have this more right. The frustrating thing about this is that they had time to fix that with a 10-minute notice. But we've had stuff that's been borked in the game for weeks, months, years that hasn't been fixed. I mean, look at your brand spanking new feature. You know, that was a catastrophe. You guys didn't bother to do anything about that.
Well, that requires more work than, restoring 2 lines of code to fix a character that they probably thought they didn't need, and they just put right back in.
I don't know.
That's not fair. It's not a fair parallel.
There's many
amount of work required.
examples of them rushing to fix a player beneficial bug as compared to something that's actually broken in the game. Yeah, Putt says, what about Wesley Crusher? Wesley Crusher still doesn't work.
That's the stink on that. That's true. It's just poorly timed that in the middle of a unfortunate rollout. I mean, I'm not diverting my attention to fixing the player beneficial bug when there's literally a whole brand new feature on fire right here, blazing fire, and then like something is like smoking on your back burner. That's not the weekend to address the back burner. You've got to fix your fire. And I think that's a very fair point to make.
Regardless, Wham, if they knew how to fix it because they fixed it 3 times, optics, man. Right? Optics looked terrible in that. I mean, they'd have been better off letting Vemet roll for the weekend. I mean, it didn't do anything. So people got immortality mode for 1 battle. I mean, but optics. Optics looked terrible. Yeah. All right. Oh, God.
Hoodle.
Kel says, how often will Alliance tournaments be run once a week or once a month? Oh, definitely not once a week. I believe the original cadence was every 2 to 4 weeks. They did not ever nail that down for me. It was told to me that it was originally looking at like every 2 weeks, but maybe 4 weeks. They did not nail that down for me. To be honest with you, if they fixed it, I wouldn't at all mind for this to be an every 2-week feature. The rewards are great if it works. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind that. But even monthly would be good. But I wouldn't mind this every 2 weeks, to be honest with you.
I would love to play it in between every arc. It seems like a great way to say goodbye to one arc, then do a reshuffle of your tournament brackets, and then say hello to a new arc. So my vote would be once a month in between, just so it's something to look forward to and everybody knows what's coming. Kind of like an incursion. but I
mean,
don't
it
want to
does
attach
fit
that
there.
thing to it.
It does fit there.
It
It's
does.
only a 3-day event, so I mean, it fits between the arcs, no doubt. So, Dragon Keeper says they can just remove it. No, I mean, if they don't,
Dragon Keeper.
if they don't
don't do
fix
that.
anything about it, right? If they don't fix anything, then sure, don't run it. All right, but I mean, there's no way. There's no
don't leave it. Even if they don't fix it, they still need to leave. Like those pay only things for the free to play. Even if it's broken, it's their only sourcing for it. Leave it anyway.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree. I mean, but here's the thing: they're not going to leave it alone. They put too much time and money. This was a built from the ground feature. It's new. It's never been in the game. This is.
No, I know they're not going to leave it alone. They're gonna tinker with it. They do with everything. I'm just saying that removing it completely is worse than leaving it exactly how it is.
I agree.
Like having those available is spectacular, and they absolutely should not get rid of it.
Otter says, "How long did it take them to fix incursions? Wasn't that only a week or two?"
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's right. Got it. Okay, we're a year and a half in, and those things are still borked. Oh, Lord. Otter, thanks for bringing me down, buddy. All right. Any news on upcoming incursions? I have no news. Again, they have been very quiet since last Tuesday. Or
They
Wednesday.
have been indeed.
Wednesday, I guess Wednesday. They've been very, very quiet, guys. I don't know if it's... I got to be honest with you. I don't know if they're even, like, happy with me or mad at me right now. Like, they're not talking to me at all. And it could be because they're all hunkered down and they're all working. And it could also be because Scopely is like, listen... These guys all roasted us on the air, and we're just done. We're gonna cut them off.
I doubt that's true. One thing I will say about Scopely, just looking at the broad spectrum of the content creator community and the things that have been said on live streams and in videos that live in perpetuity to this day, Scopely does keep their tongue in their cheek, and they are good at taking that verbal tongue lashing, and they will bounce back and they will keep the conversation going. They don't take their ball and run home very often when it comes to being the recipient of negative feedback. Let's face it, they're very used to it. So DJ, I really think that they're all just circling their wagons, figuring out what can we do. And it was Sanguine Arter earlier who called me out when I made that comment of something like, respectfully, they didn't mean to offend people, but they did with how that scoring worked. I stand behind that, Otter, because they are legit good people who do love their community and are legit trying to release content that they feel that we're going to enjoy. Every single person I've ever met at Scopely, I would say that about them at the very least.
Yeah.
So you just got to give them an opportunity to see, the train wreck, and give them a chance to put the train back together, which they will do. They just need a little time, and that's why they're quiet, DJ. They're not mad at you. They don't think that you were inappropriate because you said nothing that was personal or inappropriate. You just said, hey, look at this. This is not working. And look, I just literally got screwed on stream, and here's a clip of everything that started start to finish. And my blood pressure, which is well documented in IRL review.
It really
I have to stop the game now so I can go do something else so I can calm down and not die on stream of a heart attack. That's all that happened.
Dude, my blood pressure was so high.
You were turning literally purple.
It was terrible. God.
You were so mad.
All right. I do see this in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to do this. Captain Gannon says, Griffin, you guys talk too much. Let others speak. Dude, it's our podcast, and there's nobody else on the stage. That being said, I will open the stage. All right? I'll open the stage for your feedback. Over on Discord, raise your hand, and if you would like to sound off, I don't know what that's going to do, Gannon, because I'm pretty sure we all agree on what happened this past week. Okay? Like, we all agree. Like, there's no dissenting opinion here. Okay? It was bad. It was a bad week in Culver City. That being said, if there is something that you would like to say, then you can raise your hand over in Discord and I'll bring you up.
I would love to hear what you guys think about this shortened battle pass cycle. Today is the last day of the first one. Are you enjoying the Are you enjoying the rewards? Is it worth it? Are you going to rebuy when the new one comes out?
Yeah, probably. But I mean, I'm a spender. I'm fine with it only because, like I told you guys, like, wait, Mad Mel says it's crap. Floyd says, what? It's 2 free tracks. How can you not? What? Wait. Oh, wait, are you guys saying you're not going to buy? Okay, that's fair. Cabbage says the rewards were insulting. In the Battle Pass? What? The Battle Pass was fine. Moopsy, welcome to the stage. What's going on, buddy? What did you think about the last week, or what do you have comments on? Open stage, open mic night. What do you got?
You said that it was comments, man. I just want to know what days you guys are getting into Nashville and whether or not you're coming to the barbecue. What night are we doing sushi? And when are we painting Griffin green?
What? Hold on. We're shaving DJ's armpits. We're not painting me any color.
We do have to wax the armpits. Oh God. I got to figure that out.
I think I'm coming in on Friday.
I am coming in.
I know you need to figure it out. That's why I'm demanding answers so that we could populate the Google Doc. DJs.
Okay, I am coming Thursday night, but it'll be late. I'm coming Thursday night, but it'll be late. I'm driving after work, and I've got like a 6-hour drive after work. So I'll be in late Thursday, but I'll be available all day Friday. When are we doing a live stream? Is there a live stream? Are we waxing armpits on Samo's stream?
We're doing it on Samo's stream. Looks like it's going to be Friday night, so it should be around the same time as Philosophical Friday normally would be for her. Which works out well with just the timing of other events that are going on with the con. So
there you go. Friday night. That would be September 13th, right? Friday, September 13th.
We both come in on Thursday the 12th then. I'm in on Thursday afternoon as well. And I'm leaving on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, so Friday's a full day. So there you go. Friday the 13th will be the first full day of shenanigans in Nashville, as coordinated by Moopsy. And so Friday night.
Moopsy.
Hey, thank you. Friday night. Yes, Friday the 13th. Oh, my God.
I'm not being green on Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. I'm waxing my armpits. What could go wrong?
There you go.
All right. So that's going
to. And if you recover enough, well, Griffin will probably be able to come, not you DJs, but there is a little community barbecue that's happening on the Thursday before the con. So
yeah, I probably won't make that. It'll be late. Unless I try to leave a little bit early during work. That's possible too. All right.
You should totally leave at lunch. Done.
If
he'll leave at lunch.
If I can. We'll
he'll
see.
Leave at lunch.
We'll see how it goes. All right. Thank you, Seth. Appreciate it. And by the way, thank you for the massive coordination. He's pretty much organizing the whole thing. He's got the Google Docs. He's rented the houses, and he's done the tickets thing. I haven't even bought my tickets yet. I think he already. I don't even know. He's doing great stuff. Thank you, Seth, for everything you're doing.
Thank you, Seth.
No problem. And Griffin, as long as you don't paint yourself green, you're welcome at the house.
Perfect. Wait, as long as I don't, or as long as I do?
Yeah,
as long as you don't.
Gotta be green.
Okay.
Gotta be green.
No, he says I can't be green. If I'm green, he won't let me in. So there you go.
Thank you, Seth. Appreciate it very much. Thank you so very much. Yes, Nashville, only 3 weeks away. James Strider, welcome to the stage. Appreciate you being here. James.
Hey, James.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about your experience this past week.
Well, from Latin America, representing here, I can tell you one thing. It sucks. Really.
Oh, wow.
It was like, why? We're still thinking about the Alliance tournament also. It was like, okay, one mission at a time. They didn't explain that. Many people wasted the tokens to retry the missions, thinking, oh, okay, I can select as many as I want, and then we didn't score greatly.
Yeah. So I do want to ask that question because maybe this didn't happen universally. I actually got a pop-up that said it was going to replace my other task. Did you guys not get that? Because if I had a task selected and I tried to choose another task, it actually told me it was going to replace the other one.
Yes.
I thought there was
but the thing is that there was a delay, a lag delay, because many people were trying to re-roll missions while you were taking missions, selecting the missions. So there was a lag, there was a seconds delay, and it didn't pop up. And later on, it pop up and say, "Okay, now you have 2 out of 3 missions." And I was like, "What? What?"
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
same thing. Same thing happened to me. Not with the pop-up piece of it, but just the fact that my first one just disappeared and went away. What I heard, and again, I don't have any legitimacy on this claim, but I mean, obviously a lot of people were testing and working on this. From what I saw, it had something to do with somebody choosing to re-roll your assignment after you had collected it. Like, think of the timing on this, Griffin. If I, player 1, am looking at my alliance task and I choose one, at the same time, you, player 2, had already loaded the same set of tasks. And if you had clicked on the same task within seconds of me and re-rolled, the game didn't sync that up, so it refreshed it and took it away from me.
That's wild. I mean, just the fact that it's one shared bank. Show me in the game where the re-rolls were explained properly. That's my point number one, because
No.
there was so much confusion. What happens when I hit re-roll? Does it re-roll every task? Does it re-roll a task that only I see? Is this a shared community of tasks that everybody in my alliance is working on? And if I re-roll this one, I might screw somebody else who already took it. I took it to mean it's just like an Armada. You know, on those days when Armadas were popping up and bam, within half a second, 3 people would try to start the same Armada. Star Trek Fleet Command finally figured it out to where the first person, they would take their directives, and the other 2 people would get a pop-up that says, "Hey, an Armada's already started. Do you really want to spend your directives on this Armada anyway?" And that pop-up didn't exist with these freaking re-rolls.
Yeah.
So yes, people were re-rolling events that were probably started a half a second before by somebody else in their 80-person alliance. Huge bug that needs to be addressed. That was super frustrating.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that I would like to address was that whenever you selected a 10K mission, did you notice that? Well, that's the thing. They want you to spend $300 in one day just for the 3 missions that require 10K. The thing is that there are some like the multiphasic or the syndicate, and you can complete both of them with one purchase.
Yeah.
And many people, maybe not the big spenders, but people that can spend, I don't know, $300 in a month, they could actually be able to spend on this event and the Tournament Alliance event. There is something that rewards everyone from the Alliance. And I think Scopely should change that to be able to select 3 missions at the same time instead of 1
I agree.
each time.
Yeah, absolutely, because you're exactly right. Synergy was impossible with this event because they only let you choose 1. If they had let you choose 2 or 3 at the same time, then you're right. You could have done it with 1 purchase. And at the end of the day, Scopely, who actually wins in that scenario? I mean, really, truthfully, who won in that scenario? You got $100. That was your goal. You wanted to sell packs. You got James here to buy $100 pack because it would have finished 2 different events or 3 different events. All right, that who won there? Instead, James kept his $100. Did you win? No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a big spender, so I'm just.
James is like, oh well, you listen. I'm part of the problem. I did actually spend $300 on it. Don't mind me. All right, it's fine.
Hello there, James.
Yeah. I'm part of the problem. Yes. Yeah. Actually, in my server, only 10 people are big spender. I'm the top one, and then they are my friends from the same alliance. We are the big spenders. So practically, we did the heavy task of ranking on the guild league master. So
Nice, good job.
Yeah, but we are trying to, ask the free to play players to actually start saving. If they can't buy packs, they should start saving. If this is one time a month that we do this alliance tournament, they should be able to save in 1 month enough resources or enough tokens for multi armadas and everything, senior armadas or whatever the mission it requires. they should be able to save just for this event, so we can all rank a little bit higher than we rank this new tournament. So
you know,
it's-
here's the problem with that. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't necessarily agree with the whole hoarding thing, but do you realize how much they are asking players to hoard and how much gameplay progression you're going to punish yourself with waiting for this to possibly come up again? There are some things that are worth hoarding. There are some things that are worth saving. But man, some of the stuff that they were wanting you to hoard, holy smokes! You're talking. It's unsustainable, James. You could go 3 months and not get 17,000 of the temporal artifact currency.
Yes.
You know that is a ridiculous amount. And so
especially if you
this
get
is an
350.
unhealthy method. I think that's why I say get rid of these $100 tasks. If you want to make it a $100 task, fine. But like Vul says, offer a spender's or a grinder's mechanic on it. That solves that problem. You cannot encourage this kind of hoarding. It is detrimental to people's gameplay. So,
Well, and Scopely hates it to begin with. Scopely hates the concept of hoarding.
I guess it's not just that. It's just make the other tasks worth us wanting to do.
Yeah.
Because sure, it's people's choices whether they go and choose a 10,000 point task, and for them to look at it and see, okay, can I complete this or not?
Yeah.
That's where Scopely will say, oh, well, players have the choice to do that, but then make it worthwhile for us to do the other tasks, or make the tasks simple and some of them simpler, because some of them were just way too expensive and way too hard for us to try to complete.
Well, not only that, but some of the $100 packs were, like Kavich says, they were kind of actual garbage. Like the pack itself wasn't actually any good. Like it would have been different if it wouldn't have been different, but at least it could have been somewhat excusable for people to spend on it if the packs had been good. But they were crap packs too, you know. So it was just terrible. I don't know.
Also, maybe it will be a little bit better if you have the individual missions daily. Well, the individual missions that we have right now. For example, the Syndicate Advance that we have right now.
Yeah.
Why didn't you put it on the Alliance Tournament day? Those 3 days. But okay, guys, you
Come
have
on!
Syndicate.
They want you to spend twice.
Yeah, but also, did you notice that every time we have mission events that they have the rewards from the Syndicate, the next day after the event finish, Syndicate starts.
Syndicate, yeah.
And you're like, why? Why not putting everything?
You
in
have
one
to
place?
remember, DJs used to do event guide videos every month that would point out where the synergy was. So
There
you could
isn't
do
any anymore.
multiple things. It has gotten they have gotten so good at eliminating synergy. There's no longer a need for that event guide video.
There's no synergy anymore. They just got rid of it all.
That's right.
James, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for spending time on our stage. I do really, really appreciate that. Oh, we had somebody else getting ready to come up, but I guess they put their hand up. Oh, there he is, Mr. Zephyr. Welcome in, server 57. Appreciate it. Mr. Zephyr, welcome to the stage. How are you?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys?
How was Alliance tournaments for you?
You know, so I'm just a grunt in K92's Alliance over here on 57. And I didn't experience any technical issues, but it was definitely frustrating, you know, to see basically them just doing like whale versus whale spending to try to do the Alliance tournament for who's going to win. I feel like if there was more point scoring for the average player, you know, like then it encourages like that organic spending that people want to do too. Like, you know, they don't want to spend, like they don't want that to be the only path towards being able to win these things.
Yep.
You know, if the average player can get more points, like then you're going to encourage spending because like, oh, like I can get, you know, I want to outcompete them. You know, and speaking towards like the hoarding thing, like it made me think going way, way back to like ultra recruits, you know, because that's such a problem with people hoarding them now. But when ultra recruits first came out or were in the beginning of the game, you probably remember DJs, and really everybody that's played since the beginning of the game, that like they used to have recruit SLBs where you could spend the ultra recruit tokens, and there was a leaderboard, and people would spend in there. And if you hoarded them, you could have a chance to compete against spenders, which would increase spending because the free-to-play people could compete reasonably if they wanted to be smart about it. And like it had a strategy as long as they ran the events, but then Scopely stopped running like ultra recruit events, and then everybody started hoarding, and then all of a sudden people have like 500,000, 700,000 ultra recruit tokens, and Scopely doesn't know how to handle it.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. They lost value. They lost monetary value. So there was no longer an incentive to run them. They didn't make money because they were issuing them so frequently, hand over fist. That's actually part of why the Galactic recruits are out. They're basically the new Ultras. The Galactic recruits are out now. And honestly, it's not a bad thing. I know a lot of players kind of fuss about that a little bit, Zephyr, but the Galactic recruit token is actually a very good thing for this game, because it actually does put some value back in those. They can be saved. They can be spent in an event now like the Ultras used to be able to. They will eventually run their course as well, but for right now, they are the Ultras 2.0, and they are a valued currency right now, so I'm kind of glad that that's out there. They are going to be sourced not heavily, just like Ultras were in the beginning, but then you got to remember, Ultras started coming out in every which way, and now you can literally earn probably 1,000 a day on a given day, just depending on your daily spends and things like that. So the Galactic recruits are the new Ultras, and I would encourage people to think back to their strategy from 3-4 years ago on how they're going to be able to use the Galactic recruits. Appreciate that very much.
Is this your way of walking back all the crap you gave everywhere that matters last week when he was telling you about these new recruits and how he was strategizing? Where's Matters? Matters. And then you were trying to extinguish him with that.
No, wasn't.
With the Ultra. Yes, you were. So
not the Galactic recruits.
No, the elite
recruits.
The elite recruits, Griffin. Those are very, very different.
Oh, the Galactic.
Yeah. Wrong recruits.
Sorry.
Walk it back, buddy. All right. Welcome, Destros, from what server are you on, Destros? Welcome into the show. Appreciate it.
Server 32. Thanks for having me, DJs.
Hello.
What's up, man? How was Alliance Games for you guys last week? You know what? Before you answer that, there was one other thing that I want to talk about here in just a moment after this call. What about the scavenger hunt? Destros, did you like the scavenger hunt?
I absolutely love the scavenger hunt, DJs.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, you did. Yeah.
That was my favorite part of last week. It wasn't Alliance Games. It was scavenger hunt.
And Andy said it was trash. I loved it.
You feel as though our channel had the best explanation video about the whole thing, right?
Of course it did. Obviously it did. I love puzzles. I'm the puzzle master. Love it. All right, Destros, get back to what it was you wanted to say on stage. I had the harebrained idea. You guys remind me to come back to it. The trash is the trash. The chat is giving me grief about it being trash, but it was good. It was good. It's the only thing that worked last week. All right. Anyway, Destros, welcome to the show.
There were actually two things that worked last week, DJs. The scavenger hunt and the updated mining on the protector is definitely huge for everybody.
Big time. Big time. Yeah, that was a good one. Nice job. Nice job on that one, Scopes. It had to happen. We knew it was going to happen. I'm just glad that they did it. Unfortunately, they did it on the same day that the freaking Discord burned down, so nobody ever knew what actually happened. Like,
I made a fun video about it. I was celebratory.
I know, but there was no room to be positive about it because everybody was fussing about Alliance
Everything else was on
fire. Yeah, everything else was on fire. But yeah, that is a great thing that we should probably do some good math on when we got Jules here. Destros, it's not better than my Selkie yet, but I'm also only tier 3. I don't think that is.
My tier 4 protector's doing better than most people's G5 miners, so it's like
good.
It is.
It's insane.
Pulling
2 million Trillium A a run, 1 million Trillium D a run. Like I don't have to kill a hostile ever again.
That's wait till you get to 8 million, pal. Woo!
I wouldn't even know what to do with myself then.
Yeah, so I'm not there yet. Mainly because now I could be Griffin, because my protector will allow me to mine single pulls.
Yes.
At my level, I took my refinery all the way to level 12. I'm there. I'm maxed.
As you should.
Okay, I'm maxed. But my protector will allow me to do single pulls of both. But my Selkie lets me do double pulls. So, so I haven't switched over yet. I'm waiting for it to get better than my Selkie. But yeah, for G5 and down, it was a phenomenal change. And even for G6, it's a great, great change when the ship catches up a little bit. The cargo, the mining speed, the warp range, that was done right. I wish they would have got it right the first time, but at least they were able to listen to the feedback. We all said that it had to happen, Griffin. And they came back and they did actually a little bit more than what I had expected them to do.
Well, a lot of people are sleeping on the warp range increase, and that really makes
warp range increase is huge. Too.
It's huge.
Way effective at an earlier stage. No, it's not maxed yet. Just at tier 14. I'm at 14.
Tier 14. God. Paid testers. I know, Shadowed Fox. That's what we do. We pay them money to test their product. Yeah, Divine says they buffed more than I thought they did. It was good. Dastros, so how has it changed your Mirror Universe experience? You said you're not hitting hostiles
many
anymore.
Entries to use for the rest of the year.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow,
I could not do a run in Mirror Universe until November.
Wait a minute, though. My question to follow up then is, what is your ops level, and what level do you have the refinery?
You should probably bump that refinery up a little bit, Ball.
I have max G5 refinery, and I'm ops 56.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, listen, that the G5 got a big win. Big win. G4 got the biggest win, but G5 got a great win. Have you started on some of that research where you can go grind the enterprises? Because I got to be honest with you now, I am no
Pretty
longer
much what all my keys are going to be for the rest of the time is just getting free liquid Trillium A, free rep from the transports.
I am no longer scared to use premium rift keys because I know that they are immediately replenishable.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, that has been fantastic. Coldbane says, a great observation. The introduction of the Ent-E hostiles has fundamentally changed my Mirror Universe grinding experience. Mine too. It is phenomenal. Mirror Universe, I liked it before. I know that there were a lot of reasons that people didn't, but it just got way, way better. Even that shortcut mining space one, that research.
I love that.
Yeah, that saves so many jumps. So your late G5 and G6 players really got a lot of benefit out of that. They're saving a ton of time and a ton of jumps. That is phenomenal.
And it's a double win because with that shortcut to the mushrooms over there, not only can you potentially take your protector and mine the crap out of the D and hit that Enterprise ISS and get those resources, but now that frees up your other ship to get into that other system and really work on your faction rep in and out.
Yeah.
Faction rep.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the complete cornerstone to Mr. Tiger's wonderful gift that he gave us to leveling up our faction rep, almost closing the loop really on Trillium A and D a month after it came out, which is unheard of, which is why I invested so heavily in it. And then this new ISS hostile dropping what it drops for ship parts. If you're in G6, you get crazy ship parts off of that hostile. So it's it's such a great thing.
Oh, yeah. Ben Sai says, I've been using my extra liquid D to buy the daily crew pulls and sometimes some of the efficiency stuff. Yeah, there is enough liquid D now coming out of that, especially at some of the later levels of the refinery, to pull everything. And I remember talking about it, when Mr. Tiger came out and talked about it at first, we said those were end game rewards. Guess what, Griffin? We're there.
We are. I just said it. Close the
loop. We're already at the end game, fellas.
Yeah, we're at the end game, and this was a fantastic wrap up to that. I mean, it's not going to replace that grind yet until you're done with all the rewards. But I mean, there's good rewards, there's good crew, there's free primes, there's all kinds of stuff. Like it's a really, really good store. It's got a good life on it for people going in and grinding, but it's no longer a difficult grind. Yeah, Bad Gamer says you can still do the refinery pulls and still get enough liquid D to tier up your officers. I mean, it is very, very, very good the way that they wrap that up. Somebody I saw in chat earlier today, Dastro, said that, well, clearly they're going to continue to do Mirror Universe content. You know, I actually am of the differing opinion on that. I think they wrap this up. I think this is probably the last arc.
I think that if they add anything more to the Mirror Universe, they're just going to break it in ways that doesn't need to be broken.
Yeah. I think that this is actually a good wrap up, and they should probably quit while they're ahead on Mirror Universe. It was they're at the end game. And Putz says, and free to play will still not have the ship for another couple of months. When we get it, all the fun is over. Listen, I wouldn't say that it's about the fun. When you get it, the loop is solid. Like you don't have to deal with that first month and a half of bad warp range. You don't have to deal with the grinding piece. You don't have to deal with the struggles on liquid D. Like your loop is very well laid out. Yes, you're 2 months behind on getting there, but it's going to be faster. Yeah, the first 90 days you have the ship is going to probably be more effective than the first 4 or 5 months that I had the ship. You know,
you'll catch this really quick right now.
You're gonna
totally catch us.
Yeah, you'll catch up. It's good. What they did here is good. I don't disagree that it would be nice for you. We're talking so highly about the loop, like you'd like to be involved in it right now, and I totally get that. But it's a loop worthy of completion, and it is ready for you, Putz. Like it's ready and it's good. They tweaked it enough to make this a solid loop. So they did good, and it'll be ready for you when you get there. Thank you, Dastros. Appreciate your comments so very much. Appreciate that. From Server 86, we've got Packet on the stage as we get ready to wrap up. Packet, welcome to Talking Trek. How was your experience this past week? Did you like the scavenger hunt event?
I like the scavenger hunt. Well, first, thanks for the opportunity. I like the scavenger hunt. The timing of the release could have been a lot better.
Sure, yeah.
The other thing I noticed was I have Dane, and when I got the extra message for Dane, they probably should have randomized the order in which the clues were given out, because if you look at it, at least the initial release, it was in order of the message. It said Starfleet insignia, and that was probably not intended.
Yeah, it gave well, unfortunately, I argued against that point a little bit, but it kind of was intended. They wanted you guys to have a nice early jump on it. I would have preferred to keep the puzzle intact a little bit longer. All right. I would have preferred to do that, but
that's the guy who put everything in his own video. I'm like sitting there editing it. I'm like, well, this is how you do this.
All I put was my one planetary system. That's all I put in it.
You told me to include the graphic, make the fancy graphic, and it has all the planets and things on
the way that worked, that was the selection list. Those were the 10. Yeah, those were the 10 systems of which they chose 4 to make the planetary system box. Those 10 systems, 6 of them had nothing to do with anything. Here's why they ended up having to do that, just as a quick side note, okay? They ended up having to do that because when this was originally conceptualized, they actually thought that you could search by coordinates in the bookmark system.
Cannot do that.
No, you can't. So when they were first building this, they thought that you could put in those coordinate numbers and it pull up a list of systems. Well, when that proved not to work, then they had to give you a list of systems to pull from.
Jonathan Ingram says, well, he gave us the wrong number for Hammy's clue, so it's fine. Red herring.
First of all, Hammy gave out the wrong clue number. Okay, that wasn't my fault. He gave out the wrong one. Second of all right, I did a very, very good job. I got a lot of hate in that YouTube video.
You did?
Yeah, a lot of people was like, this is one of my favorites. I hate the fact that I am forced to come and watch a content creator I don't like to figure out how something in the game works. And
no way.
Yeah. I'm forced to watch a content creator I don't like. Like, just slap me in the face with a tuna while you're at it. But secondly, you didn't have to, dude. You could have just waited. The answer was all over Discord within like 20 minutes. You could have just hung out for a few minutes. All right? You didn't have to watch the video. And therefore, you didn't have to help me in my algorithm by commenting on it either. Just throwing that out there. If you actually hate my guts, don't comment on my content. That hurts
really
me worse.
Fan.
Well, a $250,000 is you're still doing pretty good.
Do what?
One person out of 250,000 players, I think you're still doing pretty good.
No. There was a lot. There was a lot of people that didn't like that video, but it's okay. A lot of people were fussy about the same thing, which was I don't like having to come out of the game to participate in an event in the game. And I have to be respectful of that position because I have said that same thing in the past. Now, I thought this was very interesting, and I thought that it was cool and a new concept, which is why I was so for it. But I do understand why some players were like, yeah, I didn't want to come and watch a YouTube video and then look at a blog post and then go to the website and then go to Lube's channel and then read the captain's log. Like, I didn't want to do all that stuff. And for those people, I would have simply said, just hang out and wait in the Discord. This was a scavenger hunt, so I feel like it was okay to make an exception of this event. Ordinarily, I wouldn't want people to go outside of the event, outside of the game either. I'm not a big fan of that. But this was a scavenger hunt. There's only so much you can do in game, So I liked the scavenger hunt concept. Mad Hatter said he didn't do the scavenger hunt. That's disappointing, man, because it offered a lot of Syndicate XP. I mean, there was like 50, 60,000 Syndicate XP for me. I don't know. But anyway, Packet, sorry, I didn't mean to take your time. Thank you for coming back on the stage. So the scavenger hunt event, decent for you. How about your experience with Alliance tournaments?
So I don't have anything. I don't disagree with anything that's been said about the Alliance tournaments at this point. The thought I had is another place where they really missed on tournaments was this was a perfect opportunity to address things like the Ultra Recruit worthlessness and also burn down inventories. I have over 40,000 directives for Rare Dominion solo armadas. 7 doesn't even tip the bucket.
Yeah.
Make me do 10. Give me turn-ins for 100,000 Ultra Recruits gets my Alliance 10,000 points. Let me turn in solo armada credits, rare and epic, of which I have hundreds of millions. Like, you could not only burn down banks, and it'll take time, but then two things happen. Eventually, if you do ultras as the example, they become valuable again. And then players have choice. Do I bank up ultras for minis? Do I bank up ultras for the Alliance? Do I bank up ultras for the SLBs that they can start running again because they have value? This could have been a great mechanic to burn down inventory of worthless currencies and eventually make them worth something again and give players choice.
I actually like that idea. I like that a lot because that could have been the source of some of these 10,000 points is to dump massive amounts of old currency. I actually really like that idea. I mean, what would Scopely like better than us not using currency that actually had value to them? Like you say, these directives, right? I know one for me. Now, I don't know that they actually have value or not, but you know what? Let me turn in 100,000 or 50,000 assault directives, and let me do a task with that. One task. I think actually I like that idea, man. They could have used this as an inventory cleanup mechanic in such a way.
Cluster. Yeah,
I like that.
I think he meant to actually spend them. So would you be willing to run that many assaults?
No, I want to dump them. No, I want to dump them. You press a button, they take 50,000 away, and I complete. Listen, it serves both parties. I get a reward. They clean up my inventory. All right. And by the way, I'm not saying real party that it's long term. I'm saying that would be a great mechanic just to clean up inventory a little bit. I don't suggest that it's long term, but it would help me pick up some stuff. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like that. I really do.
Well, to what Matter said, it depends on the currency, but both. If it's directives, I want to spend them. And then if it's the credits, I don't need 300 million Rare Dominion Armada credits to sustain max pulls. So let me get rid of some of them.
Yeah.
In a different way.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. I like it a lot.
Currency.
I like it a lot.
And the Protector I think the protector changes are great. I'm Ops 50. I have a tier 3 protector now, tier 4, but at tier 3, I could mine 250,000 Trellium D in one run. I'm Ops locked on my refinery. I'm not worried when I make the cross into G5 because I can max pull from mining all the way up to the next Ops lock on the refinery.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a great
great.
change.
Yeah, it really, really is. They've done a lot there to really
I
help
have
that
no
loop, so.
reason to slow roll that refinery anymore.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Good
a
job,
real good
Mikey.
thing. Yeah, that's
smart.
fantastic. Thank you guys. All right, thank you from Server 86, Pack. Appreciate that. If you guys have any comments that you'd like to sound off on, we can do that. Regarding the scavenger hunt, I want to give you. I understand it was not for everybody. Okay, I get that, not for everybody, but I'm glad that it happened because it was new, different, and it was kind of cool. I like puzzles, et cetera, et cetera. So let me tell you that there will be another one.
Whoa! Happy day.
And it starts tomorrow. Okay?
No way. What are you talking about?
I'm going to give you a little bit. Now, I believe that Lube is going to do a video.
Are you for real?
Yes.
What?
But it's different.
Okay.
And if you guys listen, I'm going to give you the scoop right now. Okay? I probably am not going to make a video on it. I told Lube he can do it. He can have the scoop on this one. Tarpy says, sigh. All right. So you know how the first scavenger hunt was actually around Alexander Dane. Okay? Well, this one's around Laliari. Okay? Now, this is going to be actually a little bit more similar to the Omega 13 event that we had earlier in the week. Tomorrow, we will begin a 3-day event where you get, and by the way, this was authorized for me to share, so I'm not doing anything bad. I was authorized 24 hours in advance. We're in that window. You are going to get 3 solo milestones tomorrow. Completing those solo milestones are going to give you currency to dump into an item in your event store called a digital conveyor.
Okay.
This digital conveyor is going to spit out one of 6 potential items.
And what sound might that sound like when it spits that out?
Well, 5 of them are going to sound tremendously awful because the animals that were transported in the digital conveyor are going to come out inside out. And yes, they created art for this.
Oh, God.
Yep, we've got inside out tribbles. Yeah, there's the art is fantastic. Okay, so anyway, Tarpy says, does it explode? I mean, yeah, some of it does. Anyway, so if the digital conveyor spits you out a damaged animal or item, then that will give you points towards the overall SMS meta, which will last 3 days. Okay? Those are bad outcomes, right? The digital conveyor did not transport the item appropriately. Okay? So those are bad outcomes. If you have a bad outcome, you have to cycle back and do it again.
Okay.
The good outcome is to get a beryllium sphere. The beryllium sphere, if you get it, and by the way, it is RNG based, nothing that you're going to do any differently. Just put your stuff in the digital conveyor. It's either going to spit out a beryllium sphere or it's going to spit out a messed up animal item. All right. If you get the beryllium sphere, it will auto-complete your SMS. Okay?
Okay.
And your meta is done. But if you continue to get the animals, then you're going to get partial points. The entire meta SMS will basically be 100 points. If you get the beryllium sphere, it will give you 100 points, auto-completion. But each animal is only going to give you 9 points. Okay? 9 points.
Patrick Gunner says, why does all this sound made up? So true.
It is. I mean, it is kind of made up.
No,
That
by
is-
you.
Oh,
You're
no.
messing with
I'm
us.
not making it up. It's here. It's here. So, Andy, that's right. You're going to get 3 tries, okay? But here's where it comes back, okay? You can also take 2 of the messed up animal items and you can put them back into the conveyor for 1 additional try. So you can actually get 4 tries a day. And that's where and so that's actually where it comes, okay? So yeah, if you do 36 times 3, it's 108 points, and you're going to be good, okay? Ginmon says, wait, what do you mean 5? No, I mean you're going to do 3 SMSs, okay? If you got 3 bad outcomes, you're going to get 3 messed up animal items, but you can take 2 of them and try 1 more time for another outcome. All right, and it'll probably give you another bad outcome. Or it'll give you a beryllium sphere. Okay? Now, if you have Laliari at tier 2, then you will get 1 extra try in the digital conveyor. If you have Laliari at tier 3, you'll get 2 extra. Tier 3, or tier 4, 3 extra, and tier 5, 4 extra tries in the digital conveyor. So your SMS is going to be easy. However, that's right, Putz. So in theory, free-to-play will have 13 tries by then. Kind of. Yes. Okay? We encourage Scopely, and they did make changes to this event to make sure that everybody was going to be able to participate and finish this event even if you had bad RNG. So if you had bad RNG, you're going to have to go full completion. But good RNG can bail you out of the event early. Okay?
Got it.
There will be a solo leaderboard attached. So if you do get good RNG, then you can keep going. If you get beryllium sphere, you get a 2nd or 3rd or 4th beryllium sphere, it will give you more points in the solo leaderboard. I didn't fight too much about the solo leaderboard because I was busy fighting for the SMS. Okay? We got the SMS. They did exactly what I asked for on the SMS, so I didn't fight them on the solo leaderboard. Okay? Silvertap says full completion, which means you needed that 2 more minutes.
I can't believe you couldn't last 2 more minutes.
What are the rewards? I actually don't know. I don't believe that they are super consequential because, again, it's kind of just one of those silly little fun kind of events. Could be Syndicate, could be Beryllium Spheres, could be VHS tapes. I have no idea. Okay, could be. I don't know what they are. I didn't really ask because I was focused on the structure of the event. All right?
Sure.
Because originally, well, let's just say we made positive changes. The event is completable. Even if you have the worst luck in the world, even if you've got Bubba Joe style luck, the event is completable. Okay?
That's saying something.
That's right. Well, it should have been. It wasn't always, but we got it. Okay? So 3 SMSs. Each of those are going to give you currency for the digital conveyor, as well as having Laliari will give you additional currency for the digital conveyor. Digital conveyor is either going to spit out a beryllium sphere, in which case your SMS is complete, or it's going to spit out messed up animal items. And then the messed up animal items can be put back into the digital conveyor to try to save them, but they'll still be messed up. They will be at 9 points apiece. So really, truthfully, what are you going to need? You're going to need 12. You need to complete 12 refines of the digital conveyor in order to complete your SMS. Okay?
Okay.
Spectre says, assuming the RNG isn't pre-programmed to be 99% bad, it is. Not 99%, but the beryllium sphere has a very low outcome, which is why I argued for failure points. There weren't failure points originally. So, yeah. So, we got failure points put in, but yeah, the beryllium sphere is gonna be low. Okay? So that's right. You got failure points, and that's it. If you don't have the officer cubby, you don't need to worry about it. You can still complete it with just the SMS, which was the reason that I asked them for 9 points and not something different. Okay? 9 points was intentional. That is 4 attempts over 3 days, 12 attempts, 9 points each. That gets you 100 points.
Got it.
Okay? That's if you fail all of them. And that will happen tomorrow. Day 2, same thing. 3 SMSs. Day 3, 3 SMSs. And by the time you finish day 3's events, provided that you didn't get a beryllium sphere, then that will complete your 3-day meta SMS. Okay?
Okay.
So it's not the same as the scavenger hunt, but it is another quirky little do, repeat, refine, go back, do it again kind of event. Okay?
Yeah.
And this will be a 3-day series of events with 3 SMSs per day that will consist of something simple. Hunting hostiles, mining this, doing an away team, something like that. Okay?
Cool.
Now, Gidmon, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a cooldown on the digital conveyor, but yeah, I was just thinking about that. If you put 2 animal items in, you should still get 1 animal item out. So if you had 3 bad outcomes, you put 2 in, get 1 out, then that would actually get you an extra try. But I think we missed that on our original schematic. We were counting on 4 tries a day. So you might get a 5th try, but when we were building it, we were talking about 4 tries a day. 3 from the SMS and 1 more from recycled animal items.
Which was totally your idea. I can tell. That was your contribution to this whole project, wasn't it?
Love it.
I mean, come on. The digital conveyor is one of the best scenes in the entire movie. Okay?
Yeah. Pretty good.
It's one of the best scenes in the whole movie. All right? I mean, that thing that came out, it just blew up. I mean, that was hilarious. Sorry.
Inside out and then exploded. Yes.
So anyway, that was the premise of this event. I should not be laughing. I am sorry.
Oh, no, you should be. It's very on brand.
I knew it was going to come. Darth says, report DJ to PETA. Listen.
Yeah. Tribble PETA.
These poor tribbles.
Or 5 of 11. No, not 5.
10 of 11. 10 of 11. Some of the artwork on this is really, really good, guys. I can't show it to you right now because it's on a proprietary thing, but you'll see it tomorrow. Some of these are horrifying. I honestly can't believe that they went down this road. To be perfectly honest with you, I was surprised that they were going to be this graphic about it. But they did. The artwork is there.
Now, if only we could get one of those animated and turned into a hailing frequency.
Oh, God. Gee, many Christmas. All right.
I would buy that.
Listen, I am permitted to give you another scoop, okay? There is another event starting tomorrow. Now, by the way, this one is a heroic event. It's a spenders event. I was able to get some good input into this one as well, and it will be released in conjunction with the Laliari event. This is a new... See, Roselia says, These, thank you. Fun, silly events like this are welcome. Good. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. There will be, and I don't want to see any fussing, because I actually worked on this one too, and while I would have preferred a little bit more, I got something for everybody. Okay? But there is a heroic Dabo Wheel event starting tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
All right? It's very simple. No engagement. It's just click and spend. Okay? Tomorrow, there will be a pack that launches that will give Dabo coins. There will also be a free drip of Dabo coins available in your gift section. So everybody will get some Dabo coins, but you can buy extras. Okay?
Nice.
Those Dabo coins will be redeemable in the Dabo Wheel. And then the outcomes from that Dabo wheel are going to give you points in a meta, in a milestone. This is a 20 milestone event in which you will ultimately be able, if you fully engage, where you will be able to source 120 shards of one of the following officers in any mix and match order.
Oh, wow.
Enterprise E Picard, Enterprise E Riker, the EMH Doctor, Chakotay, Carol Freeman, Phlox, and 7 of 9.
Okay, that is highly enticing.
There will be a full unlock of any one of those officers, or you can do partial mix and match shards. Okay? Now, here's the catch. Andy says it's only going to cost you 500 in packs. It could. It could. Okay? So here's what I'm going to tell you. There's a strategy to this, spenders. Listen very, very carefully. Do not go in and just buy packs and spin the Dabo wheel. Because those items that come out of the Dabo wheel are going to give you points towards the completion. There are 20 milestones in this event. Each of those milestones are giving you the currency to go in and buy your officer shards. Okay? However, there are 2 additional very inexpensive packs that I am pleased to introduce called Dabo Wheel Accelerators. They are a $10 and a $20 pack purchase. One of them doubles the amount of points that each item in the Dabo wheel gives, so it gives you deeper progression on the meta. The second one will remove the lowest point items out of the Dabo wheel.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So if you're going to engage in this event and spend, I've got 3 messages for you. If you're going to engage in this event and spend, you must buy the $10 and or $20 Dabo wheel accelerators before you start dumping in all your Dabo coins. Okay?
Before. First thing.
Well, yeah, because they're going to basically provide more points for your Dabo wheel spin.
Okay.
Okay? They're going to relieve the items. They're going to remove the items of lower points, and they're going to increase the value of the points. And then those points are what you're using to earn the shards in the SMS. Andy says, so I was wrong. It's going to be 530. Maybe. But it could be less. Remember, there are items in there that have different point values, and there is a lucky in there. Okay?
Okay.
So, I mean, you could do it in $200 or $300 potentially. Or
now,
you could do $100 and get some shards because it's a 20 milestone event. Okay? And each milestone will issue shards. For example,
probably 5. No, 6.
Not quite. Milestone 1 will give 1 shard. Milestone 2 gives 2 shards.
Oh,
then 2. Then milestone 5 will give 3 shards. 3. Milestone 12 will go to 4 shards. 4. Milestone 17 will offer 14. 18 is 14. 19 is 14. And then milestone 20 is 30 shards.
Wow.
Okay? Now, I want to let me explain a couple of other things here real quick. The Dabo wheel accelerators can be purchased and should be used before you spend any Dabo coins if you're going to spend on them. Okay? People have been asking for cheaper packs. So, Tarpy, there you go. The $30 will get us how many extra shards? Good question. If you do this completely free to play, and by the way, it's a Dabo wheel. It's average, okay? So not everybody's going to get this before anybody busts my chops. Mathematically, the odds say that a complete free-to-play is going to get 5 of those Epic Officer shards. For no engagement, just click a button. If you don't do anything else other than your daily draws and your daily redeem, you're going to get 5 officer shards. If you buy the $10 accelerator, odds say that you will receive a total of 13 of those epic shards.
Well, that's worth it for $10.
If you buy both accelerators, so a total of $30, then it's expected that you're going to receive somewhere between 19 and 20 of those epic shards. Sorry, no, that's a lie. Hold on. If you do the $10 accelerator, 13 shards. If you do the $20 accelerator, 19 to 20 shards. If you buy the $30, if you do both accelerators, you're expected to land between 28 and 30 shards.
That's great.
Okay. So, I mean, now somebody's going to have worse luck than that. I get it. But, I mean, $30 for 30 epic shards is a better than normal value. Andy says, why not save his time and sell 30 shards for $30? Well, I mean, you might get in there and get tempted and then buy more.
Yep.
All right. They do expect that 30 shards is the most that most players are going to get, even at a $30 spend. But there are lucky pulls. So, for example, if you're going, and this is what I say, if you're going to spend even $10 on this event, then you want to do it before you spend any of your Dabo coins. Even the ones you get out of the free drip.
Yeah.
All right. And again, I'm going to remind you guys are getting exclusive access to this information, and you're getting the strategy behind it because I've had time to go through it and when I was working with them on it. All right. So you guys know how it works. Everybody out there is going to go drop their Dabo coins tomorrow, and then they're going to end up not getting the full shards, and you're going to be able to tell them why. Okay.
There you go. Now, did they tell you how many rolls we get per click? Because Dabo's gone 2 ways. Sometimes we get 1 roll, sometimes we get 2 rolls, and that makes a big difference.
I don't know, but like I said, because it's different than the way it's been in the past, because the Dabo wheel has 7 items in it that each have different point values. So when you roll it, you're going to spit something out. It's going to give you those points, and those points are what give you accumulation in the milestone. But like I said, the Dabo wheel accelerators will change those number of points and remove the least number of point items so that you could actually get more points per roll. The officers,
and that's the first. We've never seen that happen in the Dabo before, which is really fun. I like that idea.
The officers, again, are Enterprise E. Picard, Enterprise E. Riker, EMH Doctor, Chakotay, Carol Freeman, Phlox, and 7 of 9.
That's a great list.
It is a good list.
And the fact that you can break it up and get 30 of this and 20 of that.
That's
and 12
exactly
of that,
right. Yeah.
I mean, that's really cool.
You are able to choose your shards. So if you got enough currency to do whatever, then you could do 30 of this, 20 of that, 15 of that, whatever. All right. Is the Dabo wheel a grinding event to earn coins? No, Bel Air. That was what they did about this. It is no engagement, no extra grind. If you're going to do this free to play, all you have to do is click your gift section. It's going to give you the Dabo coins. If you're going to do this free to play, you do nothing other than claim your gifts. Okay? And those should get you enough for roughly 5 shards. Some people will do better. Some people will do worse, obviously, but that's what it should be. The officer shards will cost 1,500 currency. The currency is some kind of lucky token. I can't name it. The name is weird. I can't actually read the name. But
what do you mean you can't? Oh, it's like a weird. Can you type it into?
No, because I can't. And it's I can't read it exactly because it's on a grainy thing. But anyway, it looks like a green lucky clover kind of currency. Shards in the officer store will cost 1,500 currency. But that's just it. Like milestone 1 gives you 1,500 currency. Milestone 2 gives you 3,000 currency. Milestone 3 will give you 3,000 currency, and that's where they're coming up with the 5 shards.
Got it.
Okay.
Well, hopefully it does really well and it makes money, and then they decide to sell even more of this currency. Can't wait.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, the officer shards come from the event, and the event will max out at 120 shards worth.
Or will it?
Yes. Killer says another currency, another thing this game needs. Yeah, except there won't be any leftover, Killer. There can't be any leftover because you're earning 1,500 currency, but the officer shards cost 1,500. So there you go. There at least won't be any leftover. At least they figured that one out.
Well, thank you for that heads up, DJ. That sounds like an immediate clip out and post the video at 9 a.m. thing that we need to do.
Well, if you want to do that, that's fine. Those are the two things that are launching tomorrow that I've been authorized to share with you. The digital conveyor event and this heroic spenders Dabo event. But like I said, she built it with free-to-play engagement, and she built it with low pack spends if you wanted to. A 10-pack purchase and a 20-pack purchase, which we have asked for, so we can't really knock on it. You don't have to spend on it, but the officer selection is good. And honestly, $30, roughly 30 shards, that's not terrible.
That's very, very on point with what you'd spend for an epic officer. In fact, it's a sale.
It is, because most of your 25 to 30 epic officer shards come in $100 packs.
Correct.
Oh, no. It's event reset in 5 minutes?
Well, yeah. What do you think we've been doing? People think I'm sleeping. I'm not sleeping. I'm clicking on my freaking events over here while he's talking, droning on about
Why do
these
you guys wait
events.
to the end of the day before doing all that stuff?
Because we have a lot of things to do around here, Matters, okay?
I was building a studio today. Come on, man. Jeez. How long have we been up? 4 hours? We've done a 4-hour show? God, we got to go. Why? Why has it been 4 hours? Jesus criminy. Why didn't anybody stop me? God. Jeez, Griffin. How often does the gift for the Dabo wheel come? It's a 22-hour cooldown. 22-hour cooldown on the free drip of Dabo coins. Any other questions? Any other questions on the events that you're getting tomorrow? You guys got the early first peek. Nobody else in the galaxy knows this yet. I just gave you everything. Any questions?
DJz is fired.
Can I turn my inside-out kitten into an avatar?
No. I was authorized to release this information 24 hours prior to launch. We are in that window. There you go. Any other questions? Becca says, I missed the first half of the show and have a long drive tomorrow. Put it up on podcast. It'll be up in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. There you go. All right. Guys, thank you.
Can I be green again?
You want to be green? No, I don't have time to do that right now. I'm going to hit the button, and we're going to close the show. Thank you, guys, so very, very much. Appreciate you all. My name is UltimatDJz, and I appreciate you being here on the stage of Talking Trek Live, Star Trek Fleet Command's official podcast. Thank you to my partner, friend, and co-host, Griffin. Matters in the stage, Steven Zarin as well, and all of you guys, all the contributors, and everybody who popped up on stage today. Thank you so very, very much. I appreciate that. Our show will be available at TalkingTrekSTFC.com, as is the link to our Twitch, our YouTube. Coming soon, our brand spanking new DJ channel. Pretty excited about that. More information on that coming up, and so much more. Get free merch by contributing to the programs and winning prizes. That can happen from our website as well. And coming soon, our final big giveaway on giving away that ever coveted cruise. All right. Appreciate you guys so very much for coming in and hanging out. My name is UltimatDJz for Talking Trek, a registered trademark, and recorded in front of a live studio audience for distribution across podcast platforms everywhere. I am your friendly neighborhood cat person, saying meow for now. Love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody.